Yeah. All right. Ed, cue the music. Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom Podcast with your host, Nelson.
Ian.
Ed.
And our special guest today,
Alex.
what was that?
Alex. I like that.
Alexis. Alex.
When the helmet's on, it's Alex.
Is that, right.
Oh, just Alex.
Yeah, that's business.
Got
That's
it.
business.
Got it.
Yeah, no problem. So today's episode, we're going to do a special edition Beer Wars. We're going to drink beer, talk Star Wars, have a little fun in the process.
So, just because I enjoy this, and I think we should start light because things are going to get serious, I brought something. It's actually one of my favorite drinks. You came prepared.
Yes, he did.
It is not a beer.
Oh, okay.
It is what's known as a lambic. Have you guys ever had a lambic?
Never had a
He's gonna
lambic
drug
before.
us.
Yeah, I have.
Are you guys? I'm telling you.
I'm nervous now. I don't know.
You invited me with the full-on knowledge of who the fuck I am.
That we did.
You want to drink with me? You're gonna ride this train. Right? So
We're on board.
We're in for a roller coaster. Now I was nice.
I regret everything.
I regret everything.
So we're gonna actually have a little bit of a choice. We're gonna run these around. So this one's apple.
Okay.
All
I
right.
know Ian loves
Crack
apple.
that open.
I do
Ed.
love apple.
And then
Well, he's pulling out multiple choices first.
there's gonna be the cherry.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
It is a lambic beer.
Le cherry.
I feel like that's going to fall right off the edge.
Yeah,
I got you.
It's okay. Sorry. I'm going to take a closer look at it.
And then you got raspberry.
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So
got
we'll
three
start
flavors.
these off. Everybody gets,
Belgium.
Ed, grab
Whoa.
that. Crack it open. Closest to it.
We're gonna peel these suckers up.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of everything. So all right. So what do you guys want to do
So
for
it's
the
a
first
lambic
round?
beer. What makes it different?
It's fruit beer is what it is. So it's not a cider. It's like fermented fruit.
Okay. All right.
Lindemans Creek. Lambic made from local barley, unmalted wheat, cherry juice, aged hops.
That one's open first.
Bet. Boom.
We'll
Is
do a little
that
bit
raspberry?
each, right?
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm on board. I like
you
the way
guys
this is
kinda
going.
Looks good.
All
This
right.
looks good.
I like
So
the
you
way
guys
this is
get,
going.
like a sample of
Nice
each.
little taste.
All
Yeah.
right. Cheers. Salute.
All right.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
To our
you for
first-
having me on once again.
Here we go.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's good.
that's
Oh, I like
nice.
that.
To be honest.
Oh,
to
that's
be honest,
nice.
No,
I feel
seriously.
That is nice.
Yeah.
So now here's the problem with these things,
That's
right?
the European in me. That's nice.
The alcohol
Like-
level.
It's not the alcohol level as much as they're delicious. So it doesn't really hit you till later on. So you're gonna chug these whole things. So when I found out about these,
God.
they didn't even have these bottles, right? They had like a medium-sized bottle,
Yeah.
which are about like $12. And then they have like the big, like almost like a wine bottle, like a liter bottle, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And those are like $15, $20. Well, when I first found out about them, it was like, this was years and years ago, is when I first started working for myself. So I was working from home. Total Wine messed up and had the big bottles labeled for like $7.
Oh,
no.
So I
shit.
dropped like
Yeah.
a hundo like on that, dude. I was working from home, wasted every day. It's like I would have a
fucking
cup of coffee at like 7, 10 o'clock, crack this open.
Somebody
like,
lost their job, and he's
was
on-
working for myself.
slamming that shit. No, not you.
Yeah.
I'm saying like
Oh.
whoever labeled it for $7 in the store fucked up, and he's like, "Yeah, buddy."
So let's go. Like,
Nice.
I know
Feel
you're
that.
jobless now, but
So
Yeah.
alcohol-wise, is it equivalent to a beer or is more equivalent to like
Like a light cider.
a cider?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's like a
No,
light
it tastes
cider.
good. I like the taste
Yeah.
altogether.
All
right.
Yeah.
This one's cherry. So you guys finish what you got in there,
All right.
because I'll
Cherry.
finish it up with
Beautiful.
the with the apple, because it is a lighter flavor.
all right. Okay.
right.
Cheers,
Gentlemen.
once again.
Coming out
right.
the gate.
Okay,
Coming
here
out
we
the
go,
gate.
here
I
we
like
go.
it.
If you want more, go for it. A little bit of like
Definitely a different
Cherry
taste
pie,
to it, but
right?
yeah, it tastes good.
I'd say the raspberry was slightly better.
slightly better. This
Yeah, I
this
usually
isn't
like
my favorite.
I usually like the cherry better, but the raspberry was
The raspberry is killer, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a.
I
There's
feel like cherry is like a universally difficult flavor to nail.
Yeah.
Like it always ends up coming out like a lot of things like cough medicine.
Yeah.
They fuck it up. A lot of
Yeah.
people
Thanks
fuck
for
it up.
You know what
fucking
it
it
is?
up and
It's
bringing
a
up
little
cough
more
beds.
bitter, right?
Right?
It's a little more on the bitter end,
Right.
is what it is.
Slightly.
But it's not bad.
So all right.
Slightly.
So just kill that, because now we'll get
Oh,
into
yeah,
the apple.
that's been gone.
Yeah. You want more of it? You like it?
Well, we'll move on to the next one first before
Have
we...
a drink. Have a drink.
I feel like I'm in a bad seat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is there still some left in the cherry?
Bro, there's a reason
I've
why
got
we're-
like 6 bottles of water tucked away
All right.
by the couch corner here, so don't worry in case you need some of that action.
That's good.
That's refreshing.
That's Jolly
Let's do it,
Rancher
let's
right
do
there.
it.
That's good.
Which flavor
This
is
is
this?
apple.
Apple. All right.
Apple's a difficult one to fuck up. Apple's usually
No, you
pretty
can
It
fuck
does.
up.
It smells like an apple Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, apple's pretty safe usually.
Yeah. What do you think?
It's good.
Good.
Yeah. Actually, it tastes like those green apples right there.
A little more refreshing, right?
Yeah,
So
this
that
is
one's like
good.
apple juice.
Still
that's
gotta
nice.
say, I still gotta say the first one was the best.
I don't know, man. I might be an apple guy. That's
That was the
The,
raspberry.
the apple is really light.
You like the cherry?
Yeah.
Here, have the rest of the cherry. Want some more apple? Actually, you know
man.
what? I haven't even had enough.
tasty offer.
I didn't have any of
Yeah,
the last one.
yeah.
What, you want this apple? Yeah, fuck you.
Here's the problem with the helmet.
Is drinking. Yeah. Well, that was some tasty shit. That's the very first time I've had a Lambic beer. Can't say I'm disappointed.
So
man.
now, the only thing that didn't come with this sample pack, which I lie, I drank it by myself,
It's like,
is a peach.
The peach? There's a peach out
the
there?
peach will
slamming.
Yeah, that's why it's not here.
Okay, all right.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get my peach. All right. So now, with that being said, so you got your palates set up.
Yep.
I'm gonna fuck it up completely. You're gonna hate the next one.
Oh.
However, I will say
I'd be
that
surprised,
this is special edition,
Okay.
and this makes up for you not breaking out the Sam Adams.
Bro, I'll go get the Sam Adams.
No.
I was just like,
I
you
got
guys
your
got
Sam
some,
Adams.
some dope shit.
No,
and
no,
I'm
no.
just like, man, I brought some Sam
want-
Adams. He's got like Death
Do you
Wish
want me to do
beer
that to
and-
you?
It's a Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
Do you want me to do that to your show? Because you can grab your Sam Adams, I'll grab my Sam Adams.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that
can-
might be
Oh,
overload.
wait, we got one of the real fancy Sam Adams?
Let me see it. Oh,
shit.
Okay. See what I'm saying?
All right, what
see
the
what I'm saying?
fuck?
That's like next level shit.
Oh, hang on. I need to wash my cup.
This
All
Bro,
right.
guy,
that
You-
looks
can
like
you
it
crack
came
mine
straight
too?
from the cantina.
this guy
Hold on,
legitimately
wait,
just
wait.
pulled out like a
Before you get your
steampunk.
hopes up, do you like darker beers and like cognacs and stuff?
I love dark beer.
All right, then.
Yeah, I like cognacs myself.
love
too.
dark beer.
Yeah, like Di Serono shit.
I don't.
Oh, he's laughing like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this shit.
So,
That's like a steampunk like relic.
so
That's
you
something-
guys never seen this?
No, man. Can I see
So
it?
this, yeah. So
no, I've seen it.
yeah. So that's called the.
Ed, what the fuck's happening?
This is called the Sam Adams Utopia. It only comes out once every 2 years around Christmas time, and they're limited numbers. So if you look at the bottom of the bottle, it's numbered,
Oh shit, that's pretty dope.
right? So
Have it get all messed up with fruity
That is like something a chemist in an RPG throws at you.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So check this out. Little bottle there.
That's dope.
All right, his little
Yeah.
doorway to Mr. Sam Adams himself. So because
How much did that run you?
it's very rude
Yeah,
to ask people about.
you're not going to want to ask. You're not going to want to
I'm sitting here and trying to be a
Sharing
nice
with you
guest.
guys.
In my Star Wars helmet.
It's the second time I got invited here. Like, doesn't happen often, and you go and shit on
Fuck
me.
it up.
You know?
I think I want one.
That is dope.
Oh, now you want it?
No,
Yeah,
no.
Do you ever ask your date, "Hey, how much is dinner?" No, you just go with it.
Oh, this is a date. This is a
Oh,
date.
yeah. No, I'm
Bro,
usually-
if you're drinking this off of my dollar, it's a fucking date. Just letting you know right now.
yeah, he might be
Like,
getting
I think we're rock paper scissors. Who pays him?
No.
Yeah, you definitely scissoring.
All right. So who's up? Who wants the first sip?
I'll be
All
rock.
right.
I'll be rock.
All right. So I'll give you just a sip so you guys can taste it because it is a little different. It's a little rougher.
Just a
man.
small sip for me. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay. All right.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Wait.
I'll have
I
some
can
more.
smell it.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That
Cheers.
is-
This ain't-
distinct. Cheers.
Have
Oh
a
man.
whip. It's rough. I'm letting you know right now. It's rough.
Not bad.
It's actually not bad though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is not for everybody.
it's good.
That's borderline liquor.
It's. I will tell you what.
Yeah.
though,
That's
it's
borderline
definitely,
liquor. That's-
definitely, distinctly different from the first setup of drinks.
Yeah.
Which is why I started
That was a
way.
cup of
Yeah.
liquor.
Sam Adams has a couple of really out there things with their beer that they do very, very infrequently.
That was like reminded me of like syrup, like a little bit
Yeah.
of chocolate. That was
It's
good.
thick. It's
Yeah.
thick. So you can have a bunch if you want. You can sip it. It's strong.
Yeah, no, that's good.
It sounds like somebody. That tastes like somebody was trying to make homemade caramel and made a left turn.
And you don't have. Yeah, like it's. You can have a bunch of it if you want, but it's kind of difficult.
That's something. That's something you sip.
You can sip it. I mean,
You're not chugging it.
If I keep hitting that, I don't know how long we're getting into this.
Yeah.
We're not getting to episode 2.
Do people mix that with other drinks, or that's just a standalone?
No, you can drink that. You could. I mean, you can mix anything you want. It's your cup.
It was good.
So this actually costs about $250.
I was about to say.
This is actually $250, like whatever, $260 plus tax. It's almost impossible to find.
Yeah.
First time I got it, I had to pay someone to bring it from Orlando because that was the closest Total Wine that had it. I got lucky that this one was at the Total Wine in Boynton by me, and they didn't even want to give it to me. They got upset when I asked for it. They're like, oh, fuck. Like you could tell that like somebody was holding it for somebody else. Yeah. I was like, no, I'll be right here.
You go get that out the back.
He was waiting for me to leave. Like they were purposefully taking forever to get it to me.
Yeah.
So I was
bullshit.
like, I want my bottle.
Yeah, that's right.
Your boy messed up and told me it's here. I want my bottle. So like, and I've never even like spent this much on whiskey, and I love whiskey.
Yeah.
So it's that. So
It's delicious.
if you guys want more, you're more than welcome to it. I don't care. Like last time I had the bottle.
Appreciate it. I know we got a lot of beer ahead of us,
Hold on. Hold on.
you know.
You just fucked up on me, boy. You take another shot. I'll take a shot with you.
The bottle is everything, though. That shit is nasty.
You didn't what's out. Do you want some more?
Yeah.
You don't have to have it.
No. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, I give you more. You give me more if you want.
You didn't get this specifically for the show, did you? You got it for you, right?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
I was just like crying in your lap.
No, I'm good.
So it's
I'm
it's like, does he know we don't like him that much?
no, what I'm saying is I am clearly the lightweight drinker, so
I was like, bro,
I will pace myself a little more. I
got a $12 4-pack from like Total Wine.
Yo,
this
he's breaking
motherfucker
out the
shows up.
goods.
He shows up with a time-traveling alchemist cylinder. I'm like, oh my god!
He's like, this shit is straight from Tatooine.
What's it called?
It would look at home in Doctor Who's TARDIS.
Dude, what the fuck? I came in way outgunned. I was like, what the fuck did he pull out his bag?
That's why, like, when he said, like, oh, we're gonna have beers, I was like, oh, they have no fucking clue. They have no clue.
No, that's what's up, man.
No, so I only really break this out like
I fucked
special
up so
occasions.
bad, Nelson. I didn't. I went out drinking last night, not realizing how bad it was. Oh man,
It's not my fault.
Listen, consider this day 2, bro.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
Yes,
you do some running.
Yes.
That's it.
I already feel buzzed after that sip. I was like, everything from last night just came back. I was like,
All
oh.
right, so hold on. I'll cheers to you. Let's chug this one. This one's a shot. Then we'll make this a shot, because then I'll just break out whatever I got left, and we'll just sip that, and then we'll do it with the coffee later on. That way we can switch it up.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you know right now, you guys fucked up. I am a professional. All right?
All right, so while we're
Cheers.
sipping that, cheers. We'll jump into the first discussion of Star Wars here, and I think it's the freshest thing that's still on everybody's mind, the Book of Boba Fett.
Yep.
We're looking at the last 2 episodes that came out, and the last one in particular was more so, and spoiler alert, people, if you haven't seen the episode, we're going to discuss it a little bit here. They brought back Luke Skywalker.
No, wash it out. Just
They're doing the CGI.
It's a sip.
It was basically the second episode of The Mandalorian and Baby Grogu.
Yes.
That took over the show.
Hashtag spoiler alert, because I didn't get to the last 2 episodes.
Yes. I did say spoiler alert, so everybody knows. But why I wanted to talk about it was more so that the CGI looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I think they're doing a really great job with it, and you could see the level of profession. Like, those deep fakes are legit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably the best looking Mark Hamill to date, and it's not really Mark Hamill. Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before Disney starts cloning people.
Yeah.
People start vanishing.
Oh, they're already working on it. Disney is like on the forefront of the deep fakes.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of money going into the production for that episode, I can't imagine. Because Mark Hamill is in it for a pretty extensive chunk of time.
Yeah, he really
As
is.
well as Baby Grogu, who is not just being carried, who's actually moving around and jumping and training in
Right.
the Force. So
They're teaching him.
his character is, fully CGI at that point. He's not just in a backpack, the mannequin being
Right.
carried around.
I thought that was Kevin
So
Hart in a suit.
It's possible. He's small enough.
He would do it too.
He definitely would.
The amount of CGI in that episode is got to be
Well, they
Costly.
They are always on the lookout for and this is Disney as a whole, for the next thing that they could use at the parks to step up forward.
Yeah.
So when the technology came out to have the holograms, so like how they did with like Tupac, and then they did it again with like Prince, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
believe
now I can promise you within the next probably 5 to 10 years, Disney is going to be introducing the holograms like at the parks.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Because it's going to be cheaper than having like an actual actor out there.
Right.
It's going to be crazier for the shows. And they already do that, actually. If you, is it at the MGM studios or Hollywood studios or whatever now? Have you been to that one?
Yes.
Have you seen the Fantasia? Like,
Oh yeah, they
show?
do some
You
really
seen that?
nice stuff.
Like, that's pretty crazy because they do the dragon and everything coming out of like through the water and stuff. Dude, it's crazy. Don't ever go to Disney on shrooms.
Or
what I wanted to say is
go to Disney on shrooms.
So yeah,
I am saying don't. But if you do,
yeah, you gonna get fucked up.
you're gonna enjoy it.
There's
Say
no
no to
coming
jumps,
back.
kids.
Yeah. Well, what I wanted to say is where they are starting to show it in the parks, and it's a new thing. I had to look it up. The name of it again was the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel.
Yes.
Yes.
So, which unfortunately, like, it's getting some disappointing reviews.
I'm not surprised.
So they put out 2 videos detailing. What
It's an Empire Galactic Star Cruiser.
I
It's
know.
not. It's not known for its fucking 5-star sheets. What the hell are we talking about here?
Well, the problem is this: they put out 2 videos on YouTube showing all of the amenities and what you could do, because basically you're supposed to live inside of this Star Cruiser.
The kid in the preview was way too excited.
Yeah.
I forget what show he's from, but he was way too
Yes.
excited. And that preview commercial, and you're like, man, he's really fucking it up. He's fucking it up.
But they were showing underwhelming things for the people to do. But one of the things they're showing and they're discussing is those holograms. And like, you look at the window and you see space, and you're supposed to be doing missions, role playing. And a lot of people canceled their orders based off of these fucking YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, great. Drive the price down, then I'll go.
Well, it's sold out for like a year, like when they first announced it.
Yeah.
Well, everybody wants to be the first one in there because they're essentially creating Westworld, except for Star Wars. So people want to be in there and get in before people ruin it for them.
It's not even that. It's Disney has a very, very intense fan base. So
Yes.
they have I want to say it's called the D45 Club or something like that, where like you pay like a yearly membership and you get invited to this thing that showcases what they have planned. It's almost like you're a stock investor, like a company investor, but not really.
You're an insider, at Disney.
Yeah, you got your own special restaurant, and there's places you can drink alcohol where nobody else can and whatnot.
Yeah, well, they got like the
some
Disney
fancy stuff
passes,
with it.
like the annual passes. Then they got like Disney vacation clubs, Disney movie clubs. They got all these things that you pay big money to be a part of, to be the first, to get, all the special things, the special treatment, shit like that,
But
special wristbands.
so here's what a lot of people don't know is a lot of those people are paid to be there. So there's a whole group of like the bloggers and the vloggers and stuff like that. So before all that, there was the mommy vloggers.
Right.
So Disney actually, and I know this for a fact because I helped someone that worked on this program, is for all the moms and stuff that are big into like the family, the Disney stuff like that, Disney will reach out to you and say, hey, we're going to give you all expenses paid. Like, you come fly here. We'll give you the hotel. We'll give you the park passes. We want you to come over here and then put a review out for what's going on. So all this stuff that happens, like the hotel and stuff like that, a lot of them, they're already like just invited by Disney because they understand the social power. They understood the social power of everything.
It's smart.
So,
That's smart business. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
so it's there. All right. So hold on. Time out.
Go for it.
You guys ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I have a feeling you probably already like tried this. I have a feeling you probably already tried this. This became like
Is it
hands
the
down-
ponytail? What gave it away?
Yeah. This is one of my favorite like alcohols as of last year, a little bit before last year.
We should have played this unfair.
Ooh, please don't break it. What'd you say?
Oh, the Ren
How do you
Fair,
feel
the-
about the Renaissance Fair?
Yeah, we're gonna go like
going Sunday.
next Sunday.
I'm not a fan.
Bro,
fan?
it's
I'm
fun.
not a
It's
fan.
Viking week.
I think it's
All right,
overpriced.
Stop!
Let me give you.
This is Brew Wars, sir. That says whiskey on it.
I want you to read that again, son.
Peanut butter whiskey. It's whiskey.
Peanut butter whiskey.
I love whiskey.
Do you love peanut butter?
I do love
Bro,
peanut butter and whiskey.
I'm about to make you an alcoholic. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then the worst part is when you put it in coffee.
It tastes better.
Dude.
Oh, so why don't we save it for the coffee?
No.
Oh, you know, we'll taste it.
I want you guys to take
Come on,
a
we'll
shot of
taste it.
this.
Yeah, all right, we'll taste it.
All right, I
Should I get
bought
shot
this
glasses?
days ago. I bought this days ago,
What have we done?
and I did not open it on purpose because I wanted to crack it on
All
here.
right, do it.
All right,
Let's
so
do it if I can do
you
that.
could do it in these. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a bad idea.
He's like, I went out drinking.
I told you.
line dancing.
I fucked up.
We
I
warned him.
fucked
We
up.
warned him. He knew. He knew
up
this
so
was
bad.
coming.
I told you I am not the one with whom to fuck when it comes to booze. All right,
All right, so
I mean,
what is this again?
I will
Peanut butter
What is this
whiskey.
we're drinking?
I
Peanut
will
butter whiskey?
put a precursor that you guys still have your like a little bit of the flavors from the other drink in here. All right, so I'll just put that out.
Yeah,
there.
just a little bit.
Let me give you.
Yeah, you
little
just
bit of
try
that.
that bad boy.
I'll give you a little bit.
Oh,
I'll give you a little
Okay.
bit.
you know, it goes right to my head, man. I smell all the different scents from these liquors first. Before
Oh, that's good.
Just wait till you try it. I want to see your faces.
That's solid. That's some solid shit right
Yeah.
I've heard.
That is fantastic.
there. You know what? Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna like it. I was
In
like,
all
peanut
honesty,
butter
that is
whiskey?
fucking fantastic. That might be the
Yeah,
best
'cause
peanut butter whiskey I've ever
I've
had.
heard of the
Damn.
peanut butter whiskey
Damn.
before. I've always avoided it because I'm like, that just doesn't sound
Doesn't sound like it goes together.
It goes, yeah, exactly, and
Well,
that is surprisingly good.
I've had Scatterbrain, and Scatterbrain's all right. That is much better.
And
What brand is it?
this is Ram's Point. It's cheaper than Scatterbrain.
That's fucking
Or you're
delicious.
thinking Screwball.
Screwball.
Screwball whiskey, yeah.
Screwball. Okay. Yo,
So,
that shit was good.
dude, I started putting this in my coffee when I was like,
I can see how that mixes with coffee.
dude, you're
That's
gonna
so
see.
good.
Yeah.
You're gonna see. So I told
What do they
you,
call
I warned
that?
you, didn't I?
Irish whiskey, right? Or no? What is Irish coffee? Is
Yeah.
that what it's considered when you put the whiskey or?
Bailey's.
Yeah, there you go. Bet. Oh, all right. That
I
was
just
good.
changed your life.
Listen,
I'm just thinking about things to come.
All right, let's grab a beer.
yo, bro, I got couch over there. Don't worry about it. Man.
It's great.
It reclines all the way back.
Yeah.
So
I'll do
we
the old
got-
close one eye and drive home.
All right, we got some beers. Hold on.
Not gonna work on me, brain.
Ian, between you have the beers right there.
shit.
Good man.
Okay.
now we can step down.
Yes. All right. So while Ian is getting the beers, we'll jump into a little bit more of some Star Wars.
What are we starting with?
Ooh, your choice, bro. Go for it.
Oops, sorry. All right. Can I actually get you to put that over there?
All right.
Yeah.
Far away. Just
Oh,
chuck it
okay.
over there.
All right. So
Thank you, sir.
recently, watching a little bit, going back into a little bit of the Book of Boba Fett. People have been a little upset that Mandalorian has taken over the show. But if you ask me, I'm so happy he took over the show.
I don't think anybody's upset. I think we're glad to see him.
Yeah, no, there is a particular group of people that are like diehard Boba Fett, and they're like, this is his show, this is his time to shine. Why are they letting Mando steal the show? And me and my brother were discussing it the other day. It was like the ratings weren't so great coming off of the first episode because of the style and the approach that they went with Boba Fett versus the Mandalorian. I think people were looking forward to more of an in-depth, deeper, darker version of Boba Fett, and especially including he's taking over the criminal underworld.
Well, here's the situation, right? If you look at it this way, and mind you, I have not gotten to the point where you guys are on the Book of Boba Fett. Mandalorian, amazing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Loved
Amazing.
it. Why? Because it started the character from the childhood up to the point that we got there. Introduced Boba Fett.
Right.
Problem is, everybody's a huge Boba Fett fan.
Yeah.
Right? We know the Star Wars lore. We know that technically the Boba Fett got out of the Sarlacc pit, right? Everybody knows the story that he was in there, got out, whatever. But it
Right.
never really got shown outside of the comics or the books, right?
Correct.
Okay. What would happen if you tried to show what we really wanted to see
Right.
was the story of Boba Fett, how he became Boba Fett?
Yes.
Right.
It would be Mandalorian.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. You're going to have the same show twice. So then you're going to get crapped on for having the same show twice. So what's the other option? Take it from that point forward.
Okay.
Cool.
Make him an old
I can
Samoan
see-
guy in a
right.
bathtub.
I can see that, but to me, it was more so, I guess, the pacing of the show. All of the backstory with the sand goons and, you know.
Sir. They are the Tuscan Raiders. The sand people
the sand
of
goons.
Tatooine. The sand goons.
Listen,
That's not racism. I don't know what.
No,
I don't know. I will not say that.
You
don't know.
gotta be super borderline and careful in how you say it
yeah,
right now.
the sand goons.
What do you mean sand
The sand
people?
goons. Here, listen. The sand goons were out there raping people and murdering them. They get no love from me. I don't care.
No.
Yeah. Listen. All I'm saying is they are not good people. Just because you show like a little sand goon child and they're in their hood.
I would like to go ahead and say that
He does not represent.
he does not represent my voice.
What?
And-
Goons is not a racist word. They're goons. They're thugs. They're punks.
They're human beings, man,
They're aliens.
right? They're people.
It's
All right,
it's
fine.
their planet.
My
It's
bad.
literally their planet.
My bad. The Tuscan Raiders are a horrible group of people.
I'm sorry, because from what I saw
Yeah.
was a handful of people roughing it in the sands, trying to make a living with the little bit that they have. Not only that, but also teaching their children how to survive.
By murdering and raping. Yeah, great job, Tuscan Raiders.
Well, doesn't it go back to the same like argument of it depends on what the perspective is? Because then the rebels are terrorists.
right, because they're
Meanwhile,
in
the
their homeland.
Empire is trying to bring order and peace across the galaxy.
I
But
guess.
Arguably, the
I guess you
Empire
could say
did a
that.
better job keeping order and peace than the Republic did.
okay, so total offshoot.
So you're all about the establishment.
No, well, no. Total side shoot, because granted, it's not what we were talking about.
Yes.
But with that being said, Disney went extra far in I forget which one it was, where they show the Empire as close to Nazis as they possibly
Yes.
could. Right?
That was the first one they did with Rey. The Force Awakens.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
The
went
whole-
all
dude,
out.
They
The guy,
did.
the guy even had a hand gesture that was closed fist.
Yeah.
It's like they're like,
I was like, yeah, just, if he opens his hand, we got a problem.
just when people started forgetting how much like Walt Disney hated Jewish people, they're like, just throw a little Nazi.
Oh,
Yeah,
man. God damn.
Yeah.
Now who's talking racism?
Hey, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. Walt Disney wanted Hitler to win the war.
Yeah.
He was like, he was all
man.
geared up. When he found out Hitler lost, he was like, freeze my ass. Freeze me now. Freeze me until my Fuhrer returns.
I'll be back in 1,000 years, guys. Once you get all this shit sorted out.
God damn.
Guarantee you thought Walt Disney out. First thing he says is, "Got the vice
You never saw the cartoon?
I've seen multiple things that are like, that's pretty fucking questionable. But you got to chalk it up to the times as well, too. Like, this is how people were and thought.
I'm sorry.
So, like,
you can't just say racism was okay back then. It was just
No,
kind
it
of
wasn't.
the thing.
It wasn't. But did everybody love the Dukes of Hazzard when they were driving around in their Confederate flag car?
that's fair.
They were loved.
And who was that guy on that like sitcom back in the day? Archie Bunker.
Archie
Archie
Bunker.
Bunker.
Oh
yeah.
shit!
But see, he actually did it. Like, granted, there was a lot of
they did a crossover with Red
racism,
Fox.
but no, right. But if you watch it, it was really kind of showing
How
the
ignorant.
progress that he made into being more about everybody. Because technically, he's Jewish, right? So he was like showing about like being proud of like whatever.
Right.
And then there's another episode where he has a woman that works for him who is black, and then his friend from like whatever little like group that they have is like, oh, so you got yourself a girlfriend, huh? Blah blah blah. Like, it was super racist. He goes and he punches like his best friend to defend her, where that's where it starts showing like
His growth. His
anti-racism.
growth.
Yeah, a lot of the humor was kind of punching down on him and his ignorance of other cultures
Right.
versus punching down on other cultures.
I can tell you have not been drinking enough because
So-
that
That was a
too
good answer.
So let's go ahead and grab that beer.
Yeah,
Got
so,
it right here.
Here you go.
so
we
how
splitting
did
this one?
calling
Yeah, we'll
them
split it, yeah. All right.
sand goons relate to Archie Bunker? All I'm saying is they are not the
man
best
for real right
people
now?
so far.
That's your friend.
Yes.
That's why I sat towards this side of the room.
So you got reason. I'm over here on the dark
Oh
side.
yeah, yeah,
He's
yes,
fucking.
yes. Let's do it.
This one should be good.
Oh, that's dark. Yeah.
Easy. Don't get racist on
Oh,
the
that
beer.
shit off.
Damn. Yeah. Ian Banks
Eat shit, Nelson Rosa.
Oh yeah. So blame the white guy
at
now.
the real Ian on Instagram.
Hey, fuck you, BJJ Bark, whoever the fuck this shit is.
There's more here. Anybody wants more?
Twist up on the dark side. Skywalker has become.
Honest. Spanish people can be super racist.
Listen, name one group of people
wow,
that
that is
can't be
good.
super racist. I mean, they're all in. Cheers, gentlemen.
The whites would never.
Sorry, I'm choking on my drink.
I'm staying out of that one. I'll be honest.
Not bad.
I am normally not a fan of stout.
Yeah, that's
Not
not bad.
bad.
It took me years.
North
to try-
Carolina beer. It sounded good.
Yeah. What was it?
German
Coconut
chocolate
pecan
cake.
stout.
Nice. Very good.
German chocolate cake. D9 Brewing Company.
I've been trying to find
Good stuff.
a
Good stuff.
coconut beer for years. I found one once, and it was discontinued. The brewery shut down. Any other coconut beer you ever have is going to be absolute trash.
Compared to that one. What was the brand?
I don't remember. I don't know. It was years ago, dude. It was at a beer fest. There's been a lot of alcohol between me and that day. Yeah, but this is good. I'm usually not a fan of stouts. This is good.
That's not bad. I like that.
It's very chocolate milky.
I'm happy with that choice.
Yeah, that was very good.
But yeah, at least in Book of Boba Fett, and this is something I had mentioned, it does feel like they took 2 episodes for like Mandalorian's next season, and they just went like, we got to pump these numbers. Just put these 2
Yeah.
right in the middle, and let's fix some of these viewing numbers.
But by doing that, what messes with me is like you can see like right next to each other where the storytelling or maybe the showrunners weren't doing the same job.
They weren't on the
for
same
Boba
page.
Fett as the Mandalorian, because once they brought in what's her name, something Howard,
His daughter.
his daughter, she directed, ran that show for the Mandalorian when he came in. First 30 seconds you're watching it and you're like, fuck, where has this show been the entire time? And they could do the same thing for Boba Fett. I think another problem that I have with it, and I love the show now more so than I did in the beginning. In the beginning, I was really shitting on it. is Boba Fett needs to put his fucking helmet on.
I think also, those episodes of Mandalorian, I think they were written by Dave Filoni, who was integral in all of the cartoons that had came out in interim that actually explained
Like the Clone Wars?
more of how Anakin falls to the dark side and all his distrust of the Jedi and all that other. They actually humanize him and his relationship with Padme and everything that happens with the Jedi, which the movie condenses.
Queen Padme Amidala.
Yes.
Yo, she was basically like the model on the runway, and every time you turn around, she had another fucking hairdo. Big
She's a
ass
sick
dress.
fuck. You ever see episode 1? She's looking at Anakin.
She loves a murderer.
8. He's like 8. She's like, give me some of that fucking toddler weed.
I thought that was just me, because if that was the other way around,
You could never make the movie.
Yeah.
You imagine fucking Prince Amidala like standing up there looking at 8-year-old Anna Queen like.
Yeah, how old is her character? How old is her character in episode 1?
That's a good
I
question.
think she's something like 12, 10 or 12.
I'm gonna go. What?
Okay, all right.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fucked up.
Because she's
check
got to
it
be
out.
like
That was Natalie Portman, right?
that was
Yeah,
Natalie
that was
Portman.
No, are you
yeah.
talking about in actual life?
like
or
no,
the
no,
character-
no,
what's the
actual life she
character?
was like 20s, but her character's age.
Because she's been doing that for years.
Yeah.
She
How
messed
old
up.
is Queen Amidala when she meets Anakin?
Yeah.
That whiskey kicked in.
He's drunk.
What am I watching?
yes. He's looking for some answers here. What'd you find?
Padme was 14 years old during the events of the
Oh, so
first
she was
movie,
14.
and
Okay.
Anakin was 9. Okay, not as creepy as I
Not,
initially
yeah,
thought.
not
still creepy.
Still
it's-
creepy.
Yes, but it's still like at least she's not 20 and he's 9. So
Yeah.
I mean,
She must have,
no,
she must have been attracted to the midi-chlorians.
No, let's not
making her
do it. Let's not try and find a
14
way.
and-
Because if it was a
Yeah, it was bad.
14-year-old
All right, it was
boy
bad.
and an 8-year-old girl,
You're right.
you'd still be like,
yeah, you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
Right?
I agree.
Wait till
I
she's
agree.
18.
I agree.
I don't care if we're out in the middle of space
Yeah, no.
on a different planet. That shouldn't be happening.
So,
Yes,
you have accepted
Anakin
the
went with it.
truth.
He's like, I'm going to tap that ass when I get older.
All right, but how about the fact that she continued to date him even though she knew he was a mass murderer of men,
That's
women,
called ride or die.
and children?
Space
That's
dick.
fucking sick as fuck, bro. Space dick. He had the force. He had to.
He did.
Yeah, you got to lay that force down in order to keep a princess.
You
like
gotta
that.
have a big dick if you're gonna attack Obi-Wan when he has the high ground. You gotta
that
be
BDE,
fucking
he
hung.
had that BDE. He's
Yeah.
like, you ain't shit.
Exactly. He's like, I won, Anakin. I have the high ground. He's like, I got a big ass dick.
Yeah.
Went right for him, right at him.
You know what's funny though is when you get into the offshoot of the story of Darth Vader. So when it's like really starts digging in on on how powerful he is when you
Yeah.
get into the comics,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. And that's something that they never really illustrate in the movies, just how powerful
Yeah.
like
He is.
Caesar.
I think they gave us a small taste. I think was it Rogue One when he came in and he fucked everybody up.
ever so
It was
briefly.
like a 30-second scene of him just slamming motherfuckers against the wall and chopping people down.
Yeah, hopefully in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, they really go into just how powerful he really was.
And they did cast the kid that played Anakin, I think.
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden
He
Christensen.
is playing Darth Vader.
I mean, he
the
doesn't
Obi-Wan
have an
show.
option. Like he doesn't have anything else.
No,
going on.
after
Oh, no.
yeah,
No,
after
yeah,
the
yeah.
movies,
They woke him
he
up on the couch.
He did that Jumper. He did that movie Jumper. Right? It was called
Yeah.
Jumper.
Never even heard of it. That's how good it
Absolute
is.
trash.
Yeah.
You know Tigerland, but you don't know Jumper. Fuck you.
Yeah, I know Tigerland.
yeah, he after the movies, he bought a farm, moved up there, started the farm, started his own production. He just got away from Hollywood after that and
Yeah, 'cause
started
he got
doing
that
his own
Disney
thing.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They got the chip in his head anyway. They don't
Did he
have-
wait? Did he do his own voiceover for the cartoon in the Clone Wars,
No.
or
I
that
don't
was
think
somebody
so.
else?
I don't think so.
The chick with the tentacles in the back of her fucking head and the orange face, that's Ahsoka Tano, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
just making sure.
So that's
She's
the
supposed
part
to be
that
a
I
dope
think is
Jedi.
actually super interesting if you get into the storyline of Darth Vader, that he is so powerful and he's so heartbroken because Padme died that there's like, you guys know about the whole story with like Mustafar and stuff?
No, go for it.
No, go ahead.
Bro.
Go ahead,
On air,
explain
go
it.
ahead.
Bro, I mean, I can't get into details because I'm drinking.
Those are the
So-
best times to get into details.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I remember this correctly, and anybody that's a diehard that knows more than me, you can go fuck yourself. I don't care. Emperor Palpatine promises Darth Vader like any planet that he wants. Like if he does whatever like special task for him, he's thinking that
Yep.
Vader is gonna get killed. Vader wins. He says, "I want Mustafar," because the planet of Mustafar is like, I guess it's super mystical, magical. The powers on it.
Okay.
It was able to get the spirit back of Padme, so he could try and get her back.
And like reincarnator.
Like he's trying to reincarnate her and bring her back.
Yeah.
So he gets her ghost to come back. So there's parts where he's having conversations with the ghost of Padme, and he's trying to pull like, dude, I'm
that's
getting goosebumps.
wild,
It's
bro. That's
super
wild.
So was that horse shit when Palpatine was talking about Darth Plagueis could bring people back from the
No,
dead?
no, that's
No,
all
that's
part of it.
supposed
That's
to
all
be-
part
that's
of
what
the
Vader's
canon.
going
That's what I'm
for.
saying. That's what pissed me off about the movies, because there's so much that really digs more into the understanding of Darth Vader. Because at the end of the day, it's really like 80% Darth and should be 20% Luke. But man,
Well, they're
if they-
pushing the good guy, in the movie.
right.
Yeah.
But that's the
But
thing.
we want the dark side.
But if you have that storyline in there, it really humanizes Darth Vader more. So you get more into the understanding of like, you're gonna have more people rooting for Darth Vader because they understand the pain that he's going through.
because like he didn't have to be in that suit. The Emperor purposely left him that scarred so he would constantly be in pain. So he could have done more to heal him and things like that, but he deliberately wanted him held down so he would be dependent on the Emperor and he would constantly be in pain and constantly be chasing something he couldn't get because the Emperor was deliberately just moving the carrot.
Yeah. And the thing is too is I might be getting this
darkness.
wrong, but the suit actually suppresses his power.
Yeah.
So he's actually like pretty much the strongest being in the universe.
Even stronger than Ashoka Tano, because she's
Yes.
she's pretty strong, right?
definitely,
She's
yeah.
she's
She's
strong,
top
but
tier
she's
Jedi.
strong, but you
I
have,
think Luke is actually a stronger Jedi than
you have to realize that the Anakin himself is an anomaly. He was deliberately created by the Emperor to be absolutely strong. So the
Ahsoka Tano
Skywalker,
is Anakin's like apprentice, right? That's how she started out, kind of.
yeah,
That I don't know.
she in the cartoon she becomes his apprentice.
Right.
Yes.
The first apprentice that he has. And that also plays into him losing trust in the Jedi when they kick her out.
But doesn't she take off because once he like all the Jedis are getting killed, she runs away?
Well, they blame her for a murder that she didn't commit. And then afterwards, they're like, oh, we're sorry. and she leaves. She's like, "Nah, I'm done with this. You wouldn't believe me."
So politics
About-
fucked it up.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Weird.
So
What
she leaves, and then does her own thing, and that's another thing that you don't see in the movies between 2 and 3 is he was the strongest person there, and the council essentially was trying to hold him down to some extent, and so they were granting him things that should be given to someone higher up, but not giving him the proper title of the station that they're giving him of the responsibilities.
Cue Emperor Palpatine.
Yes,
Exactly. And that's something Emperor Palpatine deliberately did. He put him in a position where he would have to be on the council, where he's supposed to be recognized as a Jedi Master, but they refused to recognize him as a Jedi Master.
Right.
So it was a constant. Palpatine he played the politics game against him,
He was the puppeteer.
and the council wasn't smart enough to understand what was going on.
I'm sensing some weird like sexual tension between Luke and Ahsoka Tano too. That last episode, he's like, "When will I see you again?" I was like, "Damn, man."
Well, listen, if you're a Jedi on an island alone
Hanging
with
out
some
with baby
robots
Grogu.
and baby Grogu, the first piece of Jedi tail that comes your way, you're gonna be like, "Hey,
He's trying to get some tentacle head.
bring those tentacles over here."
It's what's her name? I always forget it.
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka
Rosario.
Tano. Yeah, Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson. Bro.
I think
Bro.
she's doing the
Well,
job.
Luke's
You remember her in Sin City?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's like the Valkyrie hooker. Oh my
She-
God.
She also played the Night Witch in Daredevil and the Iron Fist.
Night
Like
Nurse.
I pray
Night
that
Nurse.
they
Night
do a
Nurse.
live
Night Nurse.
action Archer, just so I can see her. Sounds creepy, but I'm going with it.
But Luke,
hey.
I believe in the Legends storyline, Luke does have a wife, Mary Jade.
Does she
Or
have tentacles?
Mara Jade? I don't think Mara Jade. So he does, at least in the Legends, have a wife, and
Legends
he's no, but they've been slowly taking stuff from Legends and making it canon.
Yeah.
Because in Legends, you do have fights where he goes all out. Like instead of having to play the pacifist, he's in the position where he gets to play the aggressor in fights, and he's a monster.
He's pretty beast.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
holds back so much all of the
Well,
time.
because
Yes.
he's afraid of crossing over.
Correct. And he's also afraid of affecting the Force in such a way that by his actions, doing this thing in the name of good creates some kind of unbalance that creates
'cause
another
the Force is going
evil
to balance itself.
that's going to come into play.
Yeah, because you also have to remember, again, the Skywalker bloodline has been manipulated to be that strong.
Yeah.
So whatever they do can easily unbalance its force in either direction.
Right. So all right, let me ask you guys, now that we've got all the Jedis and we know all the tales with them and how powerful they are, I really am liking the fact that they're expanding the universe to other characters, other races, like even the what do you call the sand guys?
Tusken Raider.
The Tusken Raiders. Even the Tusken Raiders are getting a storyline.
You think
the
somebody.
the Jawas are getting more of a storyline
Yeah, it's
now.
canon
And
now
I
that
love the fact
Jawas
that
are
they-
all fuzzy.
They start making the Jawas look like the little pieces of shit that they are.
Yeah, man, they're
Yeah.
fucking little thieves in the.
They really are just thieves.
They're raccoons. They're raccoons.
Borderline.
Did you just say
We're
that?
borderline.
I said raccoons. They're animals that live in the garbage. And oh my god,
2022. 2022.
Jesus! You know, I'm not gonna say anything else. Where's the beer?
I'm gonna put
Where's the beer?
I'm putting down my racist bucket.
They're opportunists.
Set shields the maximum.
So where I was going was,
We know where you were going.
but the biggest impact I think is
Mississippi.
You're going to the eagle's nest is what it sounds like.
the bounty hunters.
He's
the
a big fan of
Mandalorians.
Peacemaker. White Dragon. White
Are
Dragon.
you going to
Put on that
you're going
red
to
suit
the
already.
bunker, aren't you there?
What time is it? No, what I'm saying.
You got a rally to get to?
Oh god. Oh god.
No, please continue, Mind Fuhrer.
Man, I can't believe Ian, you're talking that way. So anyway, no, the Mandalorians, right? I'm liking the bounty hunter, the legend. They're bringing them back slowly, making
You
them
saw-
more of an integral part of the actual story.
Well,
right
they're
now.
also. I love the fact that they kind of dropped. They half-assed it. They really half-assed it, and that's the part that I don't like on the writing. I really am kind of upset at some of the writing is being lazy, where they drop hints of like Greedo's backstory.
Yeah.
Like they really like whitewashed Greedo's backstory to a one-liner.
Yeah.
That's not even like understandable. It's literally you only know it because his mom says the word Greedo and that's it. Right? That's it. That's all they talk about Greedo. He's probably one of the most integral people in the whole Star Wars legacy because of that whole thing between him and Han. Right? One shot.
Yeah.
One shot. It's still to this day the most talked about thing back and forth. And they go down. Greedo and them used to be friends. Bye. Like, fuck you, lazy.
Well, that's like when they just drop. I don't want to keep talking about the Book of Boba Fett because you haven't seen it and there's a huge
all right, I'm
spoiler.
good.
All right. They bring Cad Bane into the
Yes,
the
and
show.
he is fantastic.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Like and because they're touching more into what's the name of the cartoon I'm looking for? Not the
You're talking
Clone
about
Wars.
Rebels and Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars and the Rebels, and they're bringing those characters into play, and I like it. So they're expanding the universe.
Yeah, because Cad in those, he's what you want Boba Fett to actually be. He's a badass bounty hunter. Like when he's coming for you, you have a legit fucking problem, even if you're a Jedi.
He's basically like Val Kilmer, Doc Holliday.
Yes.
Like, he didn't even look up for like the first 60 seconds. I'm like, fuck. All you see is his teeth. He's like, you better get out of town, boy. I'm like, oh,
But
shit.
that's what I don't like that they're like I love the guy that they got to do Boba Fett, but I don't like the way that they're making him look as weak as he is.
Yes.
That I
Simone.
agree with 100%.
That's not the case because again, I have other beefs on how they're like showcasing Boba Fett and how they're displaying him, but to sit there and make him look all of a sudden like a clunky, he looks like Ben Affleck as the old Batman.
Yes.
Like he's like,
and I've said it multiple times. He's on Tatooine, the planet that Jabba was running, where he was his main guy. Everybody in that town should fucking know who Boba Fett is. So when he walks in, they're like, meh, it's Boba Fett. What the fuck is that?
No. Not only that, they're like, who's that? He's like, it's me. I'm Boba Fett. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, who's that?
well, granted,
You know?
granted that like he
he
never
hires the
really
Power Rangers.
shows his face, right?
Right, but he's still wearing
He's
rest of
wearing the
armor.
fucking armor.
But it doesn't matter if someone else is taking the armor, and it's like everybody thought that he was dead, and they maybe thought that he stole the armor. I'll give you that, but the fact that they have to.
Ed's giving him nothing.
Well, no, but I agree with it. Like, it's you shouldn't be having the debate of like, well, you should be getting carried into here. It's like, no, like they respect me. I'm walking my way through that. He doesn't need to say that, right? He doesn't need to sit there and I got you. He doesn't need to be telling people like, yes, I need to be respected, bro.
Right.
We've watched the exact same movie 1,000 times for the last 30 years.
We know
People
you're
respected.
respected.
Right, exactly. And the fact that people are
What's next?
The other thing is like
No,
they're
he's drinking by
attacking him in the
himself,
street.
evidently.
What
Sorry,
greater
buddy.
what greater
Sorry, we're beneath you.
Oh yeah, sorry, we're muddled. Bunch of sand goons
What?
over here to the left. Sorry.
So anyway, the next beer on the docket, we got
Let me do
some-
the cinematic helmet like removals.
All right, go
and
for it.
shock. You ready?
the reveal.
yeah.
Oh shit! It's Alex.
Oh my God, it's Alexis Terrosa.
Oh, from Jujitsu Radio podcast.
Oh my God.
We had no
Should've brought
idea.
my Darth Vader helmet.
All right, so I'm breaking out the Eddie's shock top Belgium white.
That's a good one.
Wow, and you guys call me racist. Wow, what the hell? All right, let's do it.
It's an orange person on the bottle.
We had an orange president. All right.
Bro, isn't there more than one?
Yeah, there's a whole 6-pack of
So
that.
drink it, bro.
Yeah, that's been my
Don't
biggest.
try to look like you're a man of the people
Listen,
all of a sudden.
I'm drinking with you guys. All right, I'm not.
That's been my biggest gripe with the Boba Fett series is the just
me grab one
blatant and constant disrespect
I don't need
of the
a whole
character
one. I don't need a whole
from everybody around him. It's just really annoying because he's supposed to be a bad guy. Like everybody's supposed to know him and fear him, and everybody's like, "Who? What? Boop? Whatever."
Here's a helmet full of coins, Your Highness. Like,
Yeah,
really,
that,
like,
that
Yeah, and he takes it. I would have been like, bitch, go get me
Would
a
you-
bag, a duffel bag
like, I
with my
want
name on it, embroidered.
everybody's money. Yeah. That's when I'm like, I want everybody's money in the
Yeah,
Right.
and you know what? Like
and
when
30% of your monthly earnings.
when the mayor's
from here on out.
underling came in and he had nothing for him and he's talking shit and Boba Fett's letting it go, I'm like, come on, man, get up off your throne, you lazy fuck.
I sent that
Yeah,
guy
at a
back
certain
without
point,
his
I'm like, he
nipples.
needs to
Whoop
shoot
that
him in the
ass.
leg
No,
and send them back to fix this.
Yeah.
This
They
is a
made
problem.
him look like just a doofus when he's sitting there, like you said. He's been there. Who's that? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, he works for so and so. Oh, I don't know him. Okay. Like, bro, you're a bounty hunter. You know everybody on
That's
that
right.
planet.
That's your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the thing that everybody says? Like when Mando comes into town and they're like, "Oh, you're the Mandalorian."
Yeah, everybody
right?
knows
And
who
they're
he
like-
is.
And he's like, "How do you know me?" "Oh, it's my job to know when important people
Yes.
come into town." That is your fucking job.
And nobody knows Boba.
Information. You can't run a gangster organization without knowing who the fuck the mayor in the town is.
Well, you won't run it long.
yeah, or you won't run it
long.
long.
But meanwhile, they know what's his other face because I know they revealed the other bounty hunter, the dude with the cowboy hat,
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane, right?
Yeah.
But everybody knows Cad Bane. It's really kind of Cad Bane and Boba Fett,
Cad Bane looks
and
terrifying.
then everybody else.
Yeah.
Cad Bane looks like Wyatt Earp fucked a wasp.
Oh, yo, it's a bad motherfucker.
horrifying.
That's
But
a scary bitch right there. It
Horrifying,
really is, yeah. But no, it's Din Djarin. I mean, he's got to be the top Mandalorian, right?
Right now, yeah, he's younger. He's
Yeah, and
better
especially now
trained.
that he's got the dark saber, like he's
Yeah.
running around with that bad
He just needs
boy.
to learn how to use it. That just looks clunky. He's swinging it like a
Yeah,
damn...
but you know what? That's what I've always liked about Mando is like you give him a little space and he'll grow. He'll take that. He's like, all right, I got a new weapon.
And right now, he's kind of the heir to the throne of Mandalore.
That is true because
Holding
he
the
who
dark
holds
saber.
the dark saber.
Yeah. But he
But-
doesn't want it.
Now I've been saying Bo-Katan, which is from the
Blue chick.
Katie Sackhoff.
Katie Sackhoff, yes. She wants that
bless you.
saber. Eddie doesn't agree that she's coming for that saber. I'm like, yo, bro.
sure she's
she
coming
wants
for it.
that fucking saber.
she-
She wants to be the queen of the Mandalorian.
The saber's already past the part where she had the saber, and she's the reason why Mandalore got destroyed.
Right, but it doesn't mean that she don't want it back.
Yeah.
She looks so pissed that he had it. She's like, so wait, you defeated him in
No.
battle? There
She
was a
had-
whole conversation about it.
No, she had it and gave it away, and that was part of the myth behind how you're supposed to get the dark saber, and
she's
that's part of the
supposed to earn the
fall
respect.
of Mandalore.
Right. I think she's gonna sneak Mando and she's gonna try to get that
Yeah.
blade back from him.
Well,
for
she
sure.
tried already to throw him under the bus.
Yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
yeah. No,
Listen, they are
I
trying.
don't know if you can sneak him though. You gotta legit.
no, right. But if anybody could do it, Bo-Katan, like Mando's by himself.
You gotta
Sometimes
challenge him though. You gotta beat him. in fair
He's
combat.
got some friends every now and again, but for the most part, Bo-Katan is running with her little Death Watcher squad. She's got like 3 or 4 Mandos with her at any given
all blue
time.
helmets.
Yeah. So you got to watch out for that, BI.
I am really just kind of weary on how they're doing everything because there's, like you said, that they are picking and choosing the little pieces that they want to bring out because they want to satisfy the diehard fans. However,
You gotta be careful with Disney behind the film. You just gotta
Yeah.
be careful.
like because now they are running the narrative on everything that's going to happen and how they want things to happen. They're not going to go as deep as the storylines actually go, and they have to figure out, okay, what can we do to the storyline that can also make it so it's profitable for us?
Right.
Especially
How are they
'cause-
gonna get rid of Cara Dune?
Especially because they're telling the story
were
in
looking to
multiple
replace her with Lucy
multiple
Lawless.
points in time. So
Yeah.
they're not all in one point in time where they're telling the story. So they have to be careful, especially when they're telling a story that's from part of the past versus where they're at movie wise, where they don't want to do something here that then throws off the whole timeline all the way down the whole
So
way.
here's what I've heard speculation so far is that they are already looking to do 3 more movies. And I think they're not going to really base it on the Jedi. If they're smart, and Disney is, and marketing with the way that they have all this push behind the Mandos, what they probably could do is jump into a 3-part movie about the Mandalorians, touch on their backstory, bring that more into light, bring all this canon from the cartoons, fill those gaps, and then continue with the show. Another idea that I think would be probably the most profitable for them is make it a baby Grogu coming into his adulthood or teenage years, so to speak, and then him, Mando, doing some shit.
It's clear that they're using Grogu because they're going to jump a couple hundred years into the future if they want to talk about Jedi again.
Right.
Because
And
you
he's
got
their cash cow.
You got a being that lives for 1,000 years. They can have all the backstory back here. Then they can easily just jump a couple hundred years and tell a completely different story and still have a character that's anchoring everything that's going on, and they don't have the baggage of where's the Millennium Falcon and where's Chewbacca and all that other stuff that they kind of had to bring into the last trilogy that they did, where everybody wants to see the old legacy characters in. They jump a couple hundred years into the future with one big name character, all of that can be scrapped and they could kind of start fresh, so to speak.
I think it's going to be the opposite.
Okay, all right.
I think they're going to go way, way back to go towards the beginnings of
Like
the
Old
Jedi.
Republic kind of deal.
The
So are you
Old
thinking they're
Republic.
going to go like to the Sith of choice,
Like-
the one that could
Yeah.
resurrect and
Yo-
go into that storyline?
Yoda year one.
Yeah, they're
But you
like,
know
well,
what's
no-
sick? You could probably tell that story and the Mandalorians at the same time.
No, you
Could
have
not?
to.
Yeah,
Right?
you have
because
to.
that's when they coexisted.
Yeah.
There's always two, right? There's always two Siths. There's always like a master.
Well,
and
that's a
student.
rule
No,
that
Master and an
one
apprentice.
Sith, and then there's like the apprentice. Yeah.
Rest. Correct.
there's always more than two, but in general, there's the main guy and his main apprentice.
Yeah.
Then
That's
below,
the guy that's gonna kill him, right?
then below
Yeah.
then below them is the pile of wannabe apprentices that are gunning for the
Okay,
apprentice.
but now during this time period that he's around, you have, and I looked up his name because I didn't know it offhand. Tar Vizsla.
Yeah.
yeah,
Which is Paz Vizsla is the main heavy Mando in
Yeah.
the Mandalorian series.
Yeah.
He was the first Jedi
He's cheating?
slash
cheating?
the
Mandalorian.
dude that made the Darksaber.
No, I was just looking up. his
yeah,
name.
he's the dude that makes he's the first
Correct.
and
Yeah.
only
That's the story that they-
Mandalorian
Which is why
Jedi.
it's Beskar
Right.
with like the lightsaber.
So
shit
that's
around
that's
it.
what makes
Yeah.
me lean on Baby Grogu because he could be the next Jedi slash Mandalorian.
Right. Well, the Mandos are the only ones that could go toe to toe with the Jedi's.
Correct.
Which is where the Darksaber part comes in. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. They're probably going to lean kind of like back and forth, but they have to figure out which way is going to be more profitable. Is the backstory going to be more profitable? Probably not, as far as in the long term. But
I'm on
they have
Team
to
Mandalorian.
introduce, like they have to introduce like the whole Mandalorian,
Yeah.
like the Jedi's, like how like Palpatine got started.
But
then the new characters are
going
the ones that make money
backwards-
off of.
Right.
Going
and they're already
backwards-
established.
for them could be pretty easy because they have all the Old Republic books that are very popular, people love, and all they would really have to do is take those books and make them into the storyline.
No,
They
but
made a
what-
hell of
but
a
what
video
he's
game
saying-
out of it.
So all
you
they'd
gotta-
have to do is really adapt the material that people already like.
There's still going to be changes that they have to make.
Oh, there's definitely
Yes.
going to have to be changes,
Yes.
but they already have established known storylines that people adore.
Yeah.
So even though they'll have to make changes, it's easier to take something they already have versus going forward and trying to
Yes.
establish new ground.
My question is, will we see a mythosaur ever?
Oh, the
Or are they-
mythosaur.
are they
a
just
mythosaur.
gone?
There's no,
Yes.
there's one still left alive on Tatooine. I think it's on Tatooine where they have the one that's left alive.
He's got to go to the mines in Tatooine in order to.
No, the mines are on Mandalore,
So
but the
that's-
mines
you
So that's where he
just
has to,
reminded
the
me,
mines
though.
on
the mines
Mandalore.
are
That's where he
destroyed
has to
because the
go.
planet
There's
was.
a mythosaur left?
You,
There's one, yes.
You just reminded me that's the other reason why they're going to have to go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Because they still have to showcase the whole reason why everybody has to go on their journey to find their crystal.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the big
You know
part.
what? That's a very good point, and it's something that everybody would like to see.
For sure. To, like the first lightsaber.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you could do that in a standalone movie, right? You could
Yeah,
do a
100%.
3-hour like
Just as long as
offshoot, like Solo or Rogue One.
Just see that's
I mean, see,
I like
but
what
they could get away with just going back to when the Darksaber is created, and in that they could tell the lore of how lightsabers in general are all created, because that is really, there's a handful of standout lightsabers, but in the actual canon of the movies, the Darksaber is really the only specialty lightsaber. Most of the other specialties that are in the books have never shown the light of day outside of the books.
Yeah, because there's another saber too. There's
So-
a gray or a white saber.
The white sabers are usually from the gray Jedi, who like Ahsoka Tano has. But they could easily just tell the story of the dark saber, and in that you can get all the lore of the saber, because the sabers used to be more than just two colors. But the general theory is the dogma of the Jedi became so strict that the only two colors that became of the Jedi were the green and blue. But before that, there was other colors which they would manifest based on the type of Jedi and your connection to the Force.
I.e.
which is why you
purple.
have the purple lightsaber. So there were other
Mace
colors, but as the
And the yellow
dogma,
one.
as the dogma became more and more strict, it really funneled down to mostly the two, unless you were a temple guard, in which then you had yellow.
All right, check this
Can
out.
I-
Go ahead, go for it.
Can I also say, the Solo movie was absolute dog shit.
But
But Rogue One was
I,
dope as fuck.
Rogue One was great.
I didn't hate Solo, but I loved Rogue One.
I enjoyed Solo, but it definitely didn't fit the rest of the movies.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
It was basically like
It was a half-assed
Ocean's
origin
11
story.
/
yeah. I mean, I sat back and I just
Enjoyed
accepted it for what it was.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you'll enjoy it. But if you're trying to squeeze it 100% into the Star Wars universe, it does throw some things off.
All right, I want to switch it up real quick. Eddie, grab your beer. Alexis, grab your beer. You got your beer?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do a
ready for
lightning
some
round.
whiskey?
We're gonna do a lightning round.
I believe that's already open, sir. Are you
Ready
okay?
for some whiskey? Clearly, I've been drinking.
All right, so whoever has the answer to the question first, you raise your hand. All right, I got 5 questions
I'm
here.
gonna be way
Losers
off.
have to chug.
For sure, I'm not
All
gonna
right,
get
all
one.
right. I got some easy ones. We'll start with. All right, so let me know when you guys are ready.
Ready.
All right, so Star Wars Episode 3. Who had the only purple lightsaber?
Mace Windu.
Eddie.
Yeah, he had
You
his
guys
hand
chose.
up.
Yeah, he had his hands first.
I was gonna do that anyway.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this is a loss.
All right, next question. Who says it's over, Anakin? I have the high ground. Oh,
Obi-Wan.
Ian. All right. How old was Yoda when he died?
900 and...
Wrong.
What do you got?
800.
Fucking 1,000.
And you had 9.
I was going to say around 950, I believe.
Eddie is the closest
Yeah.
at 900 years old.
Yeah, 900.
You guys lost.
Wait, he went over. I was under.
We're not
This is
playing
the Price is Right,
Listen,
bitch.
we're not playing.
I
We're not
win.
playing prices right.
Nobody got it. Eddie, chug it up. All right, last 2 questions. What was the name of the planet destroyed by the first Death Star?
Alderaan.
Correct. Eddie and Ian.
Finally got one. Shit.
Last and final question. Who did the Kessel Run in under 4 parsecs?
Wait, under 4? No,
Yes.
it's under 12.
No, it's under 4.
Under 4.
Yes, I checked it out. I Googled it to make sure.
right?
I never heard of
No,
who
no.
did it under 4.
Under 4.
Hold on.
I know the Falcon does it in under 12.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Then I will chug if I'm wrong.
We might have
12.
Kessel.
The Kessel Run.
The
is
Kessel
12.
Run is under 12. He does it in under 12 parsecs by going next to a black
Doesn't
hole.
one say he's like, oh, I did it in like 20 parsecs, and then he's like, oh, he did it in 12 or 13 or 14, something
Yeah.
like that. And he like,
You are correct. Man, I went to a website and it said 4. Bastards.
Yeah, no.
All right, so it is
Pornhub
12.
is not a good
I
spot for
will
your
drink.
Star Wars lore.
Yeah, because that was one thing that was always odd, because parsecs is a unit of distance. So the fact that they did the Kessel Run in a unit of distance versus time was always not correct. So in the Solo movie, they made it where it was dangerous to do it in under a certain distance, because that's how close you had to get to black holes and stars and other things of that nature.
Family Guy called him out on it.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a personal type? Shit.
Yo, that show is great. Family Guy.
They did the
Fucking
Star Wars
love it.
like the parodies so well. Like I actually sometimes enjoy watching that more than the actual movie. Like nothing to me beats the scene of like from when they do Blue Harvest and they have all the stormtroopers lined up when Darth comes up and there's the one guy that's like sorry.
Yeah. All right, but what is the greatest parody to Star Wars? We can't not mention Spaceballs.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pizza the Hut. Come on, you know what I mean?
I
Like
think he got like a lot of shit for that.
they did.
I think he got a lot of shit.
You know
for
what?
doing
I
that.
think
I
it was
wouldn't be
great.
surprised if Mel Brooks got some shit for it.
But you know what? I don't think Mel Brooks
think
cared.
he cared.
He didn't care.
Because he,
I mean, he made Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, this is-
he had a series of movies where he was just like, "Fuck it." People
And it was
are
great.
watching and
Can we
laughing.
can we also like
were
respect the
coming-
fact that he gave a nod to Aliens 2 in Spaceball? He gave an Aliens
Yeah.
like the nod that it deserves
Yes.
too.
Yeah. And Eddie's favorite scene was the black gentleman combing the desert with an afro pin.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
we're combing
that
Dude,
all the time.
that's just hilarious.
Yeah.
That is
love that.
legitimately
He's like, we're combing
hilarious.
the desert. I was like, that's fucked up,
now-
but also hilarious.
Funny part is, since I wasn't born here and learning English, so when I heard like people use that phrase,
Yeah.
in my mind, that's what I imagined. Like, it was like, good, it's not just me.
Yeah. Or when Mel Brooks was playing Yoda and he's selling merchandise.
Yes.
In his fucking shrine and shit. I was like, come on.
How about, all right, let's do it this way. How about you throw a couple of, everyone ask one random question to see if everybody else knows the answer to that for like Star Wars.
Ooh, okay. All right. You want to start?
Let's say, I'll do an easy one. What is the process called that they used in the Star Wars movies where they actually painted on glass the background scenes that were later filmed over?
Oh shit.
I
got
Easy one. What
This
the
is
fuck?
technical shit.
We even talked about this last time.
I know, I'm
I've
trying
seen
to
I've seen
remember.
it, but I definitely
So, for
don't remember the
example,
name.
The scene in Empire Strikes Back where like they have the battle out on the giant
Yes.
like
Snow
tunnel, right? And he gets his hand cut off. That scene is actually the whole background is hand painted on glass.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I definitely don't. I don't even have a
Yeah,
clue what the name is.
I don't know the name of it. I have to concede on that one as well.
Matte painting.
What's it called?
Matte painting.
And so they paint the whole.
So it's actually a giant pane
Set.
of glass. No. It's a giant pane of glass that they paint by hand, and it's like so how they
That's
would do
dope.
like a cell painting for cartoons,
Yeah.
but it's that. So then the movie's actually overlaid on that because
And that's why a lot of the old movies
That's
still
sick.
look good.
Yeah.
Because the backgrounds were painted.
Right.
And instead of like CGI, which CGI ages as newer CGI gets better. Whereas the backgrounds when they were painted, if they were painted properly, even when they up-res, they still look legitimate.
Okay, I like that. All right, learned something new today. That's pretty dope. Ed, what about you?
Oh, I was still thinking.
All right, Ian, what
Pass.
about you? Oh,
That's a weird question.
he's like, oh, I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Okay. All right.
No,
well,
he's regretting his life choices. What he is right now. He is buzzed.
all right. Who was responsible for the name Jar Jar Binks?
Oh, that's easy. George Lucas's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name of the dickhead alien that Anakin had to race against?
Ooh, that's a good one. I can't
Shit.
remember.
Sam Goon.
No. Sabine?
Sebulba.
Sebulba.
Okay.
That's a good one.
All right. Let me think here.
Should have gone like really difficult and be like, what was Anakin's like owner's name?
Oh, the flying little mosquito
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Watto.
Ooh, Watto.
Was it?
Yes.
Watto. Yeah, Watto.
Yes. Okay. All right.
What was the name of Christopher Lee's character in the second movie?
Christopher Lee? I'd have to see his face.
Oh gosh. I just was fucking like damn it. I'm trying to think. Damn
Darth-
it, Booze.
Darth Tyrannus.
Darth, yeah.
Darth
Asshole.
Tyrannus. Christopher Lee. Count Dooku.
Count Dooku.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
He was a badass.
That's
actually.
that's his government name.
Count Dooku. Dooku.
Count
Dooku.
Dooku.
What about General Grievous? That's
That's a
someone.
badass
That's someone who
fucking
needs a backstory movie. on its
Yeah.
I tell you
His
what.
backstory is just about as fucked up as Darth Vader.
Yes.
Because he was a human.
Yeah.
And he's in that suit like because of how battle damaged he was.
But
and like you give me
much
the
battle
way
Talk
he's
about, talk about an upgrade, though.
Well, every one of those lightsabers are not his.
yeah, those are Jedi lightsabers
Those
he's
are
using.
Jedis that he killed and took their
Yeah,
lightsaber.
and then when you hear him breathing, like you can even hear the labored breathing because his lungs, the few bits of human that are left, are so scarred that he can't even breathe properly.
Listen, that's a bad motherfucker.
and
all
yeah,
right?
he's still alive. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. What? I can't think of another question unless anybody's got another question. Eddie?
No, I don't got another
Did
question.
you ask one? You didn't even ask one.
Yeah, no, I asked the Jar Jar Binks one.
Oh, the Jar Jar. one.
Yes.
The most hated character in
In
all of
all
movie.
of
What's
Star
the-
Wars.
Not just Star Wars.
What's
Not
the name
just
of
Star Wars.
What's the name of the leader of the Gungans?
The leader of the Gungans?
don't.
Ooh, Big Dum Dum? I think he's Big Dum Dum.
No, little Dum Dum.
Everybody's Little Dum Dum. He's Big Dum Dum.
Yeah. All right, how about this?
Here's one.
Boss Nas.
What's the name of Luke Skywalker's best friend in The New Hope?
Shit. See, I'm getting stumped. That's a good one.
Wait.
He's the reason
That he
why
raced.
Luke wanted to be part of the Rebels.
I don't know. Eddie? It's like, I got nothing
I'm trying
for
to think
ya.
of. I'm trying to think of someone other than Han Solo or
Biggs.
Chewbacca.
Biggs?
Biggs.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, how about this? If you could pick an underrated character or a character or an alien race that they haven't displayed that you wouldn't mind seeing like a mini story of, who would it be? And I'll go first to let you guys think. For me, it's the Ewoks. I think the Ewoks, and I did go back and see the Ewoks cartoon on Disney Plus.
Yeah, they did.
So fucking bad. It's so hard to watch.
The Ewoks had their own movie.
The Ewoks are
But I think now, in light of Baby Grogu, like you could really push some Ewok shit and go into like.
But
a
where do you see them
storyline.
talking about the Ewoks other than was it Rebel?
Return of the Jedi.
you got to remember
It
the
was Return of
Ewoks
the
were
Jedi.
never intended to be in the movie.
No. There was Return of the Jedi, but they did another movie where they showed more Ewoks. When they showed the little one, what's his face, like kind of like more
Was
of
it
an
from
adult.
the newer
Yeah,
series?
it's in the newer series.
See, I didn't.
I
It
wanna
must
say
have been
it's
so
like
fast.
Rebel.
Because the Ewoks were never intended to be in it. That was supposed to be
But
a
they are.
planet.
Rogue One.
That was
Rogue One.
supposed to be a planet of Chewbacca's
Wookiees,
race,
of
of
Wookiees,
Wookiees.
yes.
And they
Don't
last
live
minute.
on Endor.
No, but
Yeah,
but it was intended to be Wookiees, but they
they,
instead
at
went.
last minute they changed and they went to Ewoks instead, which
But to me,
They couldn't find enough giants, but they had plenty of
I think that there's some storyline there. that
Listen,
they
the
can- they
Ewoks
can
are
mess with.
fucked up, because if
they're
you read-
cannibals.
well, they're not just they're not. Well, they'll eat the humans, but you have to realize the humans are eating
Ewoks.
the Ewoks. Part of their Wikipedia says one of the most delicious things to get is Ewok jerky, which means you got to kill those motherfuckers to get it.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to try.
So they
Ewok
are-
Turkey.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely
They are
trying to.
considered
They probably sell some
food.
at the cantina.
I would fucking love.
Some Ewok jerky.
Like I got a craving for fucking Sasquatch Ewok jerky. Like in my mind, that must taste fucking delicious.
But like, yeah, to me, I think Ewoks are interesting enough where you could tell. Like, I wouldn't give them a whole series, or maybe like a mini series. You know, a couple
Hold on.
episodes. I think
So-
it'd be dope.
In your mind, I want you to give me a rough draft of what the Ewok story movie would look like.
Oh, fantastic!
Where
I got
would
it.
it start?
All right, it would look like Harry and the Hendersons, right?
Be a musical.
Except they're all small.
It would be an Ewok who wanted to go on a pilgrimage and leave the village behind, right? He wants to be a warrior like his family was
Pretty
back
sure
in
that
the
was the
war.
cartoon.
The
No,
first
back in
Jedi.
the
Piece of junk.
was it one Ewok that wanted to be a warrior?
I'm sorry.
Hold on a
No,
second.
see, you can't hear it, but that says,
What a piece of junk.
"What a piece of junk."
Watch your mouth, kid, or you're gonna find yourself floating
Listen.
in space.
Not the Ewoks. The people we need to see the backstory of is the Hutts. They're in the charge of multiple
They can't
planets.
even walk.
Exactly.
They're fucking fat.
Exactly.
Hold on, time out.
Slugs. They're
Why-
overgrown slugs.
Why are they in
Fuck the
charge?
Hutts.
Why
Time out.
are they in
Time out.
charge?
Have you ever seen the footage of how they filmed that scene, like when they first showed Jabba the Hutt?
I've seen it. I've seen it before. But go ahead, talk about it.
No. Like the way that they first showed it,
Right.
when like, because really in A New Hope, you're actually supposed to see Jabba the Hutt for the first time.
Yeah.
And it never happened, but they did in a remaster. Have you ever seen the footage of that?
I don't recall.
Have you
no.
seen it?
No. You mean they did footage and they just scrapped
filmed
it?
They filmed
Oh
it.
yeah,
and
where
then-
he's walking around with Solo, discussing like, "Hey, you owe me money." He's like, "Come on,
Yeah,
Jabba."
yeah.
Oh yeah, it
I
looks
seen
it
that.
looks bad.
Right, but have you ever seen the original footage?
No, not the original. I've seen the CGI stuff,
No,
but not the
yeah.
It was
original.
bad.
Is what they did is they had a guy dressed as a fucking like Henry VIII with a red suit, cape, and a crown on.
Oh, I gotta
and
see this
walk
shit.
around. Google it.
That's fucking great.
So this was like 1996 or something like that. Corn Pops did a giveaway for Star Wars where if you sent in like 2 UPC codes and like $2,
Yeah.
they would send you a VHS tape of the making of Star Wars.
Oh boy.
I want to say I still have this. I can't guarantee. I still have one like sealed, bro. It showed so much footage that they had filmed, like you can't even fucking find it.
Shit,
anymore.
they scrapped.
Yeah. So you should be able to find that.
I'm looking for it, not seeing it
having
yet.
fun out there.
But fuck, man, like if you really think about it, like Jabba the Hutt, like the Hutts, it would just be basically like Boba Fett without any cool costume.
But the question is,
They're just
how
sitting
did
on the throne, barking out orders.
super slow, shitty slug characters be in charge of all of these planets to the point where people are scared to do anything?
It's easy. Generational wealth.
Like they can't run. They can't run anywhere.
There
You
you
get
go
a crowd of
with your
people with
racist
blasters and they're
They got all the monies. They pay for this shit.
I just want to see a Hutt sex scene.
Oh,
yeah, that's a hard
You're
pass.
alone on that one.
All right.
So I said
Fine,
Ewoks.
fair.
I didn't at least say Jabba the Hutt sexy. Oh, so you wanted to go.
There's a lot of like.
He wanted to go. So yours is a Pornhub, Jabba the Hutt.
Which, by the way, I will say that they actually have.
Oh,
I
my
guarantee
God.
you, if we search for it right now, we'll find
They're
it.
prob- there
I don't want
probably
to see
is.
it, bro. I don't want to see it.
I'm on it.
All right, so then.
I believe that's Rule 34.
Yeah, real 34.
So,
Can you hand me my phone? It's in front
so
of the back.
wait, are you saying that the original Ewoks cartoon was one Ewok going off to be a warrior?
I am pretty sure that's what it was. It was that like he was kind of. It was his like stories on his own kind of thing. It was what's his face? What's his name
I don't
from
I
the
don't-
movie?
The Ewok?
Yeah, the little guy, the little one that you see in
Things you wish you could un-Google.
Yeah, I didn't want to see that shit. I don't need to see it.
Yeah, I don't remember any of the Ewok names, but
something with an E, not Ewok. I know someone's gonna say that.
Let's see. Ewok babies. Why is that at the top of the list?
You're gonna just see a little furry like baby,
Yeah, what the hell?
ugly ass babies all over.
They don't. They speak Ewoskies. Ewokis. Appearances.
Has
I
anyone-
don't know.
has
Are there any Ewok representations in the Jedi? Is there an Ewok Jedi anywhere? Are they not represented?
No,
No, I don't think they show Ewoks anything other than them just in the jungle.
Okay,
the
so
way
then
that
here.
they
All
are.
right, now I got it. Then, so the first Ewok Jedi. We
What?
never see an Ewok Jedi. All the other races are represented. Why can't an Ewok swing
Because
a
not
fucking
every
lightsaber?
race is strong with the Force.
Yeah, not every
So
race is connected.
He's the first born Ewok with the Force.
If there was one-
is there a Wookiee Jedi?
If there was one, the Jedi would find
Ooh,
them. Clearly,
is
they're not
there
good
a
enough.
Wookiee Jedi?
I
wanna-
think
yeah.
there is.
That's an
But
interesting
we might be
question.
confusing it from the council scene where like all the
Where the Wookiees are in there
everybody's,
with
like,
them.
represented there.
And launches
So you're
people?
saying anybody with an overabundant amount of hair cannot be a Jedi?
No, I think most sentient races eventually have someone
or Jawas?
with the Jedi, but I don't
Okay,
recall.
so
Or a Tusken, a Tusken
T-Voka was a Wookiee Jedi.
Woody.
I'm drunk.
Jedi, yeah.
I'm drunk. All right, Wookiee Jedi
He's
Master.
a Woody Jedi.
I can no longer read.
All right, so we got Wookiees that were in there.
So we got a Wookiee.
What about
Jedi
do we have any
Master.
Tusken Raiders that were?
Let me see. Tusken Goons. All right, so Eddie, what would you want to see a story of?
No, like I said, I want to see a story that explains how the essentially immobile slugs became in charge of everything.
How they became
because
the crime lords.
it doesn't make sense.
Okay, what about you then, Alexis? What would you
I
wanna
would want them to actually do a film of actually follow through with Shadows of the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that was the whole thing. They did the books, the comics, the music, and everything. And then I want them to actually follow through with the story of, what was it, Kyle Katarn from Dark Forces? Like, that's something that's actually pretty deep into Star Wars lore, where that should be a movie. Because it was like, I can't even fucking think of like the way the stories, but he had some Force like connections, but he was kind of like the rebel version of like a bounty hunter kind of thing. Like he was their like spy.
Okay.
Like that should be really kind of put out there to play.
And now I looked it up. There is actually one unidentified Ewok Jedi
Nice.
of lore, but they just show him, never mention him. There's no real story behind it. All right, so then
Yeah.
that is what I would like to see.
Yeah,
I want to
'cause-
see the only Ewok that was able to waddle his way into a Jedi.
Well, you got to remember, once they become skilled enough, waddling is no longer an issue. Because look at the way Yoda fights.
This is true.
It's considered an unacceptable fight style by most because it's so acrobatic. But for his stature, it's the only way he's going to keep up with someone that's 3 times his height.
So basically, don't hate. Are you sticking with porn huts?
No.
He's like, I thought about it deeply. This mental image will not go away.
All right, so what's your pick?
I just want to see a mythosaur, man.
So you want to see like the Legend of the Mythosaur?
Yeah, I want to see.
I think
That'd be
we're
a cool one.
Ever since Nick Nolte's little alien was talking about it.
Yeah, all right.
You rode the great mythosaur.
yeah.
All right, well, I want to see it.
I think we're going to eventually, just because of they're either going to push for Boba Fett or Din
Mando.
Djarin to become the proper wielder of the Darksaber.
Yeah.
Then I don't think they're going to bring another Mandalorian to take the saber. They might have someone take it temporarily,
Right.
but they're going to push for probably one of those two to be the proper owner and ruler of Mandalore.
Okay, how about this? Okay, and actually, you just reminded me. Here's the storyline you got to run with. Baby Yoda leaves to go with Mando. He
Grogu?
trains him.
He has a name, sir.
Yes, Grogu goes with Din Djarin.
You are just so...
Bro, I've had a few drinks.
You didn't even have the freaking...
I told you I'm a lightweight. I'm not joking when I say that shit. I'm
we-
still drinking this shit.
Oh, we're
here.
having shots.
We should just
So-
enjoy the Mandalorian while we have it before it's the Translorian.
So Grogu goes off with Din Djarin, right?
Yep.
He trains to be a Mando.
Okay.
He then gets killed for the blade. The storyline becomes Grogu going off to become now a Jedi. Now he becomes the first Jedi / Mandalorian, who then has to go after the person who killed his master to become the first.
Yeah, but that would be revenge, which is against the Jedi Order.
Yeah, but it's not.
Which is
It's
why
not.
they
It's
changed
not
the
out of
name.
order.
Yeah.
Unless
Which is
you're
why they
Anakin.
changed the name of Return of the Jedi.
But he wouldn't be
Yes,
a full Jedi,
correct.
right? He wouldn't be a full Jedi though, right? Because he'd be half Mandalorian.
Well, technically,
Half
Luke
Jedi.
technically Luke was never really full on Jedi.
Yeah,
Because
he
all
never
the
completed.
Jedis, yeah.
He never completed his training.
Yeah, he's
that's
kinda
the part that
self-taught.
people tend to overlook. He left midway of his training, and when he gets back, Yoda dies.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially he becomes a master Jedi, but he was never complete in his training.
So essentially, he's a doctor in Cuba, comes to the United States, and is no longer a doctor.
that works.
I'll go with it.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
He's like that Dr. Love kid.
Yeah. Yo, that kid was crazy.
Twice. He did it twice.
But like,
Twice.
how dumb are the fucking people around you not to notice that?
I have
shit?
learned that people are very fucking stupid.
Holy
I-
shit!
If you
And
if
he
you
did it for like a year, didn't he? The first time.
if you play the part and you don't flinch, most people will go, "Fuck it."
Look like you
That's-
belong in the room.
That's the reality. Most people just go, "Fuck it." I don't care to go and search this and make sure it's okay. Fuck it, and they walk away. That's really what happens.
Damn.
True story.
All right. Next question. Who do you think is the most overrated character in Star Wars?
The Emperor.
No way.
That
No
motherfucker
way.
keeps coming back.
Palpatine?
He just
No
keeps coming
way.
back. He never actually really fights with anybody, other than when he fights with
Or
Mace
Mace
Windu.
Windu.
Other than when he fights with Mace Windu, he sits in a chair the whole time. That's all that motherfucker does.
But so, like in Return of the Jedi, that's not the real Palpatine that gets killed.
Yeah.
That's a clone. That's what people don't know.
Yep.
But there's like tons of stuff like where he actually fights. But that's the part where he's like so powerful with the dark side of the Force, where he manipulates.
Right.
people.
He's a
Yes.
master manipulator.
Yeah, because you do eventually, because that's where when people complain about how did Palpatine come back, my thought is at that point they show him making clones of Snoke. So at that point I'm thinking he's never really the person you're ever seeing when you're physically in his presence. He's running around with clones. He had clone technology all the way back from the first 3 movies. Why would he ever need to be there in person when he shows he has the power to just take control of somebody and send them out as his avatar?
But you know what? That's kind of dope. He's kind of a sick motherfucker for doing
Yeah.
that. He never
No,
really
he's-
puts himself
he's-
out there to get.
Oh yeah,
fucked
no,
up.
it's not that he's not
Oh, wait.
powerful, but
There's a second fight with Yoda. He fights Yoda.
yeah, that's all in the prequels. Other than the prequels, he never raises a sword again. He essentially
that's
sits
again
in his
why
chair.
They have to do the movies of all the history of everything.
Yeah.
They really need to show him as a proper bad motherfucker to earn sitting in the chair and just having to laugh from the background.
Can I just point out one thing that's bugged me the entire time I've ever watched, like I've ever been a Star Wars fan?
Go for it.
Return of the Jedi. When they're in the Emperor room and they like show his face, there's a little thing right here that gets photoshopped. If you watch it, and you're never gonna unsee it ever again. On the upper right side of his head, they have to go in and like I guess like paint over it, or like CGI over it, over his mask. I've never been able to find what it is that they try to fix. What it is that they fucked up.
Like his makeup got messed up, and all they could do was fix it.
So he's got his hoodie, and like up here at the very edge of the hoodie, they painted over. So somebody fucked up.
I bet you it was like double stick tape that held his hoodie in place, and it came out of whack. And they're like, "Shit, you can see the tape.
Right,
fix it in post."
Watch it. Next time you watch it, just watch it and see. Be like, "What is that?"
All right. What about you, Alexis? Who's the most overrated character?
Most overrated character. The chick.
Which one? Leia?
No, from the new movies.
Ray.
Ray.
Absolutely. I am not a fan.
Yes.
I'm not.
You know, she wasn't originally supposed to be the Jedi.
No, it was supposed to be what's his face.
Yeah.
The shit, I'm drawing a
Go ahead, say it. Say the way that he's gonna say it.
The black guy.
Yeah.
That is a proper description. There is nothing wrong with saying that.
FN281.
He's a human being with a name.
What is it?
Finn.
I can't remember. Finn.
I think it's FN2817. So he was supposed to become either a Jedi also or the Jedi for the movies, and then from what I understand, they kept stringing him along. So they're like, he was supposed to become a Force user also. Yes. Then he doesn't become a Force user. Then it was like, okay, you were supposed to lead.
Finn,
you were supposed to become
John
like
Boyega.
John Boyega.
You're supposed to become like the general of like the main, not resistance army, but the army of like the conscripted soldiers that defect, and they gave him like 5 guys.
Yeah.
Like there was a whole bunch of stuff where he was supposed to be like, really like the second main presence right under Rey. Like, oh, you're supposed to be the love interest, but then they bring in this other girl that they kill, and they bring in this other person, and then this other. So like every time they moved down the movies, they kept kind of bringing him back in by like, oh no, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen, and then none of it happens at the end.
You know what that was, right? That was all politics.
Yes,
that was all politics with because they were like, okay, the original Star Wars movies, there is one black person in the entire movies, right? That's Lando.
Yep.
So what are they going to be like, okay, let's make the black guy like the main character. And then they're like, wait a minute, now we're going to get stuff from like the female side of the fans. We need a female lead other than Leia.
Right.
Because then there's only 2 females in the entire series.
But who says you can't run them in tandem, right? Like they did it with...
You can't.
Why not?
Because it's just the way that writing goes. You can't have 2 main leads, right? You have to have one character that sits there and is the main character, and then the rest is the supplementary. That's why they
just
always
by the way that they
Matrix movie
I get
did
it.
that.
I
That
get
was
it.
good.
well, by the way that
No.
What?
by the way that they build the Star Wars movies, that's kind of the way it's been. You have the one main Jedi.
That's why it's always supporting
Right, because
actor.
I was going to
that
say,
you're
you watch
following.
Rush Hour, you got Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. They're both running as the team
No,
duo.
it's not saying that it couldn't be done and that people couldn't follow along, but you're also talking about Hollywood, and they dumb it down for the audience because they expect everybody to be too
What about
dumb
that
to
one
keep up.
cartoon that they did in Star Wars?
C-3PO and R2-D2?
Visions.
Yeah.
Right, where they had the twins. You could have I guess they already did the twins thing. Yeah, but
still one character.
Yeah,
It's 2 separate, but it's one character.
It's still one good, one bad.
Yeah.
right. But you could essentially do 2 good together. That, you know what I mean? Like kind of like
It doesn't give you. It doesn't. That's the part where it comes back to writing, where you need to have some kind of juxtaposition, where you have to choose sides. Right. If there's 2 good characters, you can't do it. That's the same problem that you have with like the Avengers.
Right.
You have 6, 7 good characters. What do they have to do? They have to make one just a little bit twisted, where it's like they're doing little things like Doctor Strange shoots off from everybody else, and he makes the decision without somebody else.
Even Tony Stark, when he built Ultron, right? He went off like, hey, and he created some friction.
So it's like, it's you're not wrong where we would enjoy it, but
It's just not the way they
99% of
lend
the
into it.
population is too dumb to be able to balance that kind of thing.
Yeah, and you also got to consider the bean counters are sitting there saying what is guaranteed to make back money,
Right.
and that's the direction they're going to lean. So even if they think, oh, this will work, but this will work better,
I have never seen
that's the direction they're
anyone
going.
dip cheese into caramel before.
I was going to
This
absolutely
is interesting.
No.
ignore it.
Mr. Ian.
What you're watching right now is a very drunk man being extra silent and trying not to bring attention as to how fucked up he is. So he's eating.
Bro, I was watching that. I'm like, are you taking the cheese and dipping it in
You ready?
caramel?
I was like, yeah, keep talking about fucking.
Are you ready for the next level?
Oh shit!
guess.
What we got?
You want to like so now either we
got
have
more
another beer
Let's get another beer out of
or
there. Eddie's.
we get into whiskey and coffee.
This baby's done.
Let's grab another beer first.
I do whiskey and coffee.
I'm interested in the dragon's milk, the one that I picked.
We
All
haven't
right,
tried.
let's do
All
the
right.
dragon's milk.
So
All right.
while we get that cracked open,
Yeah.
I came up with another question for you.
All right, go for it.
Go
No, go
ahead,
ahead,
go ahead.
you can
No,
go.
I was going to talk about John Boyega again because I really actually, when the rumors came out that he was going to like get like his own kind of lead, like all right, he's losing the Jedi Force powers because they have him using the saber and everything, but it's like all right, well they're moving into him leading like a rebellion of the soldiers. Like yeah, that sounds great, but then it leads into like it's like 3 guys. It's like
I'm gonna run the rest.
it ends up being so disappointing in terms of the amount of like what they really kind of leave it with, where like, and again he becomes like second string where he was kind of intending supposedly to be such more of a bigger character.
Right.
Here's my thing, and the problem with all the new ones, like the continuation of the story with Hope or with Rey and Finn, is that there was no real creative new story. There was
No.
nothing new put to it.
The first one was literally a rehashing
Of
of,
a new
of all the other movies.
Kind of felt a little disconnected from the characters, right?
It's not that you're
Right.
disconnected. You got to look at it this way. First of all, we're watching it as older individuals
Yes.
and as people that are very, very deep into the lore, into the storyline. So
Yeah.
no matter what they do, you're still gonna be like, "Oh, you messed up," like because whatever you think is always gonna be better because
Yeah.
of what it means to you.
But
Disconnect
they did
from
it right with Mando. I mean, with the Mandalorian, I can't point to anything where I'm like, they fucked up. I'm like, that shit is gold.
Yeah, the Mandalorian's been
They
fantastic.
they did. They screwed up towards the end because then they had to do the whole bringing back, like, of Bill Burr and stuff like that, and then going back. They added a couple of other things where it was such a good, solid storyline where it was serious, and then they started going into the slapstick
Yeah.
where you're like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. But again, I agree
Yeah.
with you. All in all, 99%, I'm there. I loved
Yeah.
it. I thought it was great. I always forget his name, but I think he's an amazing fucking actor. I think
The
he's
guy that
great.
plays Din Djarin.
the guy that plays the Mando.
Yes.
Yeah.
So because he was in Game of Thrones, he was in Narcos.
Something Pasquale.
Pasquale,
Pedro
yes.
Pascal.
Pascal,
He's
yeah.
yeah,
He's fantastic.
He's great.
Yeah.
Once Mandalorian came out, he was on like 3 streaming platforms. He had a movie on Netflix, a movie on Disney, and a movie on HBO that was breaking all at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Like once he popped off, he was fucking everywhere.
No,
Else is
he-
really
the last
good.
10
Oscar
years.
Hayes. Is it? Is
Oscar
that
Hayes is
one's
going
Oscar?
around
the guy,
a lot now
he's
too.
the guy that played like the main king in Dune.
Yeah.
I remember watching it, but I can't think
But
of his
he
face.
he played the pilot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Poe.
I think they gave him a lesser role in the Star Wars movie.
And they should have given him a much bigger
Yeah,
role.
he's great.
If
He's a
anything,
great actor.
swap him with Finn.
Well, they really tried to focus on the one character, and everybody else became second string. Essentially, it wasn't even like 1, 2, 3. It was like 1, 5. Everyone here is 5.
Yeah.
See, like Bill Burr as a character in the Star Wars like lore now, I think they should give him his own little either like movie where it's a little bit more comedy based than serious, or
Yeah.
like the TV show.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when they dig into his story in the Mando, it's even though he's funny and he has like the sarcasm that I freaking love from Bill Burr.
Yeah.
When it gets to that serious scene where
It's a
he's
little
like
wild.
where he's talking about the
Yeah.
history of what happened, like, man, Bill nails it. He
Well,
nails it
that's what
so
they were
good.
supposed to be doing.
He flipped that switch.
He
Yeah.
nailed it so good.
That's what they were supposed to be doing with Cara Dune before the whole canceling and all that other nonsense.
What a waste of a good actress.
And she played that role perfectly.
Yeah, she
yes,
did great.
but
Also,
they said they would bring.
I
They were going to
want
bring
you
in
to-
Lucy Lawless
I
to
want
replace
you-
her, which I wouldn't be mad.
I want you to clip this. I want you to post this. And I want you to tag her. Gina Carano, I love you. And I 100% support you and all that stuff. Just give me one shot. Just one shot. I don't care about the helmet. Don't worry about it. I've been drinking. I'm dead serious. Just me and Gina, we'd make pretty babies.
You heard it here first.
I want you to clip it. You can clip it. You can tag Entertainment Tonight. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Clip number 1.
I'm letting you know right now.
He loves you.
Oh, I've loved her for way back in the day. Oh my gosh. All right, so hold on. I'll give you my question then. Even
for
though he's dying right now.
Yeah.
He's dying.
Ian may not come back.
I'm going to put a timer here to show how long he's been missing.
Right now he's got one hand up on the wall, holding himself up, just like, like how long have we been at this for? It's like 2 hours. It's like I can't handle any more of this.
and they're breaking out more beer.
That's why he's like, yeah, I'm good for the coffee whiskey.
Yo, what's up with this dragon's milk?
Yeah, crack them open.
Let's open this shit up.
Here you go.
Is the twist
all right.
open? No.
No,
There
no,
he
no.
is. Look at him stumbling. He
made it back.
He's now
He's
walking. He's waddling.
We were waiting for you.
Yes.
He's waddling right now. All right. So here's
No,
my
you're
question.
good. Go for it.
What is the number of Leia's detention block in A New Hope?
Oh, shit.
And there's a good reason why you should know that.
I got no idea.
420.
No, I'm not going to get this.
You should
69, 69.
69.
Where's we got 4 of them. Where's the other one?
Oh,
You didn't get it.
Oh, Nelson's trying to sneak out.
I know.
no. Gracias.
Trying to
Nothing,
stay
no guesses?
sober.
I got a couple bottles right here. They're stacking up.
Yeah, but you skipped.
I skipped the
No
second
guesses.
shot. I
He's
skipped
got
the
the
second
drunkie
shot.
on. He's got the drunkie on going.
You good? I'm good. All right, just remember.
I got a Red Bull here.
There's a cooler right there. Don't lean left or right. There's a cooler right there. The door's right there if you got to blow.
All right, gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
I still got to finish that shock
Oh,
though. So.
Here we go. Dragon's Milk.
Dragon's
Bourbon Barrel
Milk.
Aged Stout.
Stink.
That is disgusting.
Ooh.
Ugh.
That's a heavy boy. It is also 11%, which is a little more than twice or
11%
twice.
what? Taste? This shit is rancid.
Yeah, it's less than pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
This
first. This
tastes-
is the first beer of the night.
Hold
I'm
on.
not a fan of.
Yeah, this is not the best.
This is hand sanitizer
Thank God I had this cheese.
that got
caramel.
put in the
Is,
barrel.
is this
bourbon barrel.
actual dragon's milk?
It's like rancid molasses.
Yeah.
Rancid molasses is what I would say.
Whose choice was this?
Oh, it was a random boy off the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, let me grab something that's not
He saw
terrible.
this and all he thought about was Dave Chappelle like breast milk.
you know what? I'm gonna go run out and go grab that Samuel Adams I've been holding on
I
to.
saw the name. I'm like, Dragon's Milk? Yes, please.
hold on.
Again, like that's stouts. That's why like I don't mess with stouts. Like it's not my.
The German chocolate cake was definitely
Yeah,
Dude,
that I think that's been.
Do we have actual cake? Because I would love actual cake right now.
I'm not sure. Well, I know we have some Girl Scout cookies. I don't know if we got some cake.
yeah, cake might be a
All right, so no guesses on the
No, I ain't got any idea.
1138.
1138. Now why?
Now,
would that be?
why would you need to know that?
Nope, fill me in.
No, put me in.
You know,
What was it?
1138.
1138. And what is that for?
So 1138 is a constant nod in
dragon's milk if you guys don't want it.
in those movies.
Yeah, that's
Because that was
Well, not
George
for that.
Lucas's movie THX 1138.
Ah, okay.
So that was like a very futuristic. If you want to sit there and really get kind of like mind fucked, watch THX 1138.
He really is a movie geek, so I'm not surprised he has little shit like that
Yeah.
kind of snuck in there.
Robert Duvall's in that movie.
Wasn't that 1138 that 20-minute short film?
No,
that it?
it's like a 3 hour.
I don't believe that is a
fucking,
twist top, sir. You're gonna
I-
need the
I was
bottle
about to say.
opener.
I'm like,
Because there was a film that they were
My grip-
talking
my grip's
about
not
in
even
his
gonna get that one.
documentary that it was supposed to be like for a film festival, 5 minutes long. He said, "Fuck that," and made it a 20-minute movie. But that's really what got him his notoriety as like an up and coming.
I think it was like
Director.
maybe like he did like a 20-minute version and then he got like the full on. But
that's
yeah.
what's up.
I'm good. in a
Pass me
second.
the empty?
I still gotta finish it.
Oh.
Thank you.
Pass that to me.
I thought this was. It's not. Oh, it's not.
Yeah, it's not a twist.
Yeah, if you ever really just want to sit there and be like, what the fuck am I watching? THX 1138. I'm trying to fix my helmet. THX 1138. It's not. I'm not having
I was like, he's a twitcher.
Tourette's.
I give it a
Yeah,
watch.
I rewatched the movies recently. I don't know about everyone else.
Much
Did
better.
everyone else have a hard time getting through the prequels?
I've always had a hard
Like
time.
the first 3, 4, 5, 6, I watched one day, sat down, no problem. It was great. I breezed through it. I enjoyed every second. I got to the prequels and like halfway through of the first one, I literally stopped it and like it took 3 days before I turned it back on. Like literally, I was
It's
like,
difficult.
oh,
It's difficult.
fuck
Yeah.
me.
And I was the like.
And you know what?
The
There
first
was good
one in
parts.
line to watch them.
There were good parts.
There really was.
Like, to be honest, the depiction of Kylo Ren, that was a bad motherfucker.
Wrong movies. Prequels.
Oh, no, the first
Episode 1, 2,
with
3,
the
yeah.
young
Phantom
Anakin and all that
Menace.
shit. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, nah.
Those were hard to watch all the way
Yeah,
through.
they
I
were.
like Darth Maul.
rough.
especially the parts with not even Jar Jar, but him, their race all in general.
I know what he's gonna
Yes.
ask too.
They
Yes,
like
uh-huh.
they
I know
depicted
what you're gonna
them
ask.
as such. The whole race they depicted as just such imbeciles.
Yeah.
Like I was watching him, like please tell me there's a part that I forgot where they talk in their own language and they sound like competent beings.
No.
And there's none. They
the
sound
best
like
part-
complete imbeciles the whole way through.
The best part about whole Jar Jar Binks section comes to the fans and the fans like theories where it's actually they are part of the Empire and they're there to sabotage the
Yes.
rebels.
Yeah.
And he is
Like-
a Sith Lord.
He's
Yeah.
a Sith Lord.
You know
Jar Jar
what?
the Sith
Which
Lord.
is like,
yeah.
man, that'd
Fuck
be
it. Bring it in.
bring
it in.
That's a fucking what's his face kind of
Oh,
like twist.
it's,
Bro.
we've brought. Well, I should say I've brought that up on this podcast
Listen,
before
I-
because that is my favorite fan theories that he was a Sith. Especially if you watch the cartoons, he has a couple episodes where he literally faces down enemies and scares them by talk. Like he flips a switch, becomes serious, and scares them by talking them down. And you're like, wait a minute. This is the imbecile. This is the
Yes.
legit buffoon of all of the movies. Why is anybody being scared by him?
All I'm saying is, give us an episode or two where he comes in as a super seditious villain, and like he goes from like, and
Listen.
then somebody fucking pisses him off. He chops off somebody's
You
head.
just see his
and you're-
eyes,
Yeah.
and
his
you're
eyes
in.
turn red.
Yeah.
and just
Yeah,
Yo, it would be
episode 10.
complete redemption for
Episode
Jar Jar
10,
Binks.
episode 10, man. Red lightsaber, and then he pulls off the hood, and it's fucking evil Jar Jar.
Or he tears someone's head off with his tongue.
Oh, like
Or-
a fucking frog, bro.
Or like,
Oh my God.
next thing you know, he pulls out like the dark saber. He's the one that's got like the black lights. So he's like,
Oh.
Listen,
shoot
I'm in.
out in the back.
But like when
All
you
right,
look
what
at
about this?
when you look at the depiction of the Wookiees,
Yeah.
they looked way more intelligent than any of Jar Jar Binks's race. But they got this sprawling underwater city with force field bubbles keeping
like
everything
how they come
together.
up with that?
They
They're
got
all
like
dum-dums.
tanks and everything for war. But the Wookiees only have like trees and rope. What the fuck is going on? That shit
Bro,
doesn't
but
make sense.
Resources.
have the most-
generational wealth.
They got like the strongest.
So they were so
blasters.
rich that they were now dumb.
Yes. Exactly. What's the name of that movie? Where we get so advanced we become stupid.
Oh, Idiocracy.
I was gonna go with Wally.
I was gonna say Wally too.
All right,
All
you guys,
fat.
you guys may disagree with me on this, but my choice for most overrated character is Darth Maul.
Oh, so now,
In the cartoons.
Not in the right. I'm talking about in the movies.
so
He looked like the most badass villain. I was expecting him to do some dark shit.
Dude, he fought
they fucking ripped
Obi-Wan
him.
and Qui-Gon Jinn at once.
Yeah, but still.
And killed Qui-Gon Jinn.
So what? I mean,
do you know who was supposed to be the original Darth Maul?
Jet Li?
Nope.
Jackie Chan?
Nope. You would be completely different.
Are they Asian?
Huh?
Are they Asian?
No.
Damn it.
I don't know. Who was it?
Benicio del Toro.
Oh, bro. That would've-
Benicio del Toro was staged to be the original Darth Maul.
that would've been
But then
good.
he
He
found
would've
out
been
that it was going to be only 6 minutes of footage time and like 2 lines. And he's like, I'm not going to take that.
I don't disagree with him. Like Darth Maul, when you seen the commercials and you saw Darth Maul, you're
No,
like,
everybody saw him.
"That's
It's
a
like,
bad
oh, that's going to be
motherfucker."
like badass. Again, that's because they didn't
Right.
show the original storyline
Right.
of who he was. Because he wasn't the original apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
He killed the original apprentice.
Damn. See,
And-
just overrated and underutilized for the movies.
And Palpatine set him up purposefully to be killed. Because he didn't really want...
He didn't want him to be his apprentice.
No, it's not
essentially.
that. Is that I think, again, I might be remembering this completely wrong. He didn't want Darth to be his actual like apprentice because he knew how strong he was. So he didn't want that. So it's really like Darth Maul was
So he set
supposed
him off
to be
on a suicide mission.
right. So Darth Maul was supposed to be way, way stronger than
Yeah,
In
'cause
the
Darth-
cartoons, he's a beast.
in the cartoons, because Darth Maul's race is also in touch with the Force, but they have a different understanding and usage of the Force. It's wholly different from the Jedis and even the Sith. And the games, they go into it a lot more as well. But his character, yeah, he was deliberately like just like Count Dooku, just like everyone else along the lines there that was dealing with the Emperor. They were just fodder for him to get to Anakin, for him to get to the real end game, the strongest guy on the field. And actually, before we stray too far away from Darth Maul, if you at one point, because he in the cartoons is where he's actually shown as a badass, when he has the Darksaber and he's actually in charge of the Mandalorians. That's why you see the armorer has on her helmet the spikes like he has, because at one point he was actually ahead of a sect of the Mandalorians.
Oh, that I didn't know.
So there are Mandalorians that were following him. So when you look at her helmet, she has the spikes like he has that grows out.
It all comes together.
That's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
there's little hints of like who she is in relation to him in the cartoon and things.
She's
What
my
if,
favorite
what if
Mandalorian.
she is one of them?
I love her.
What if she is like we haven't seen her
takes- she
face?
takes her helmet
She
off,
takes her
she's
helmet
red and
off, and
black.
she's like Darth Maul's mom and shit.
She's plausible.
Yeah.
She's like Miss Maul.
Mom.
Ma, is that you?
well,
Here's
you
my
do-
question. Here's my question. She
Go
takes
for
the
it.
helmet off. Orange eyes.
Orange eyes.
Spikes on her head.
Spikes on her head.
Sharp teeth. Slamming body. Do you or don't you?
Man, this is
Yeah.
a tough one.
You're,
I
a-
mean,
you're
I'm
asking
not, I am
if
not the
you're-
one to ask that question.
You're asking if
Sure.
Butterface is on the
we,
field.
We got a yes
I'm clapping
from
Maul
Alexis.
cheeks, too.
Edward, do we have a yes for you?
How sharp are the
Yes.
teeth?
They're pretty goddamn sharp, man.
You have
You're
other
already there. That's
orifices.
not the question. That's going on.
There.
Yeah.
You're in it.
Okay, so can we
Wait,
have a
does
total
she-
side shoot? Because I have a story that I
She's
wanted
been
to tell
sweating
you
under
about.
the
for
armor.
it. Go for it.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
I have a story that's been. This whole situation has been bugging me now since. I want to. Was it Monday or Sunday? Since last Sunday.
All right.
Or Sunday or Monday, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Let's cue the sad music.
No. If you got confused music.
All right, go ahead. Go for it.
So I go to grab dinner drinks with a friend of mine. I go to Brass Tap in Boynton Beach. If you haven't gone, good. It's a decent place.
Yeah.
So I hate being around crowds like that. Like, so I took the high top all the way outside in the corner. There's nobody within like 30 feet.
Nice. Sounds nice.
Next thing you know, this drunk dude comes up like behind us and he starts like smoking a cigarette, like fucking asshole. Then I hear, hey, do you guys mind if I leave my beer here so I could go to the bathrooms? No one fucked my beer. Like, yeah, dude, like go for it, whatever. And then I realize this guy is blitzed.
Yeah.
Fucking gone. So I'm like, yeah, man, go for it, whatever. And then he's like, I can't believe this fucking bitch stole my keys and took off on me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. He's like, I'm just sitting here doing her son a favor, and then this guy saw my shirt. He does a full like 180 so he could show me the shirt. It's like a roofing. I was like, oh, nice, cool, hard worker, cool. He's like, the guy saw it, buys me a beer. So we're having a beer. She gets all pissed off at me and just flips out and takes my keys. But that bitch didn't know. And then he throws out another set of keys on the table. He's like, I got 3 sets of keys on my car.
Yo, that's a true alcoholic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he's fucked up. He's
Yeah.
fucking out there. So I was like, all right, cool, man. Well, whatever. Go use the bathroom. Like, I'm cool. Like, we'll be good. Dude, he starts telling me, like, his girlfriend.
You're sealed in this
Yeah.
gun.
I'm so done. I was like, I'm
Especially
fucked.
as a decent human
But-
being, you gotta be like,
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, I could tell he's one of those guys that, like, if you push the wrong button, he's going to want to fight. And then I'm beating up a drunk guy, and I don't need
It's
to
not.
deal with
It's a
that.
lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just let him, like, go. And he starts venting. He's like, she's my girlfriend, and blah, blah, blah. I was doing her son a favor. And then he starts talking about his day where he blew out his drill, so he had to go to Home Depot. And then he goes, no disrespect to women, but, like, the manager was a female. She's talking to me about tools. I was like, oh, my God. It's like,
One of
here we
those
go.
guys, one of
Dude.
those guys.
And he keeps going and going and going. And then he's telling me, he's like, I buried my first wife. I buried my 18-month-old son. I was like, whoa, this is getting too heavy.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Wow.
but here's the kicker.
Conversation is heavy at this point.
Yeah.
So here's where things start getting even heavier. Then he's like,
Shit.
I'm doing my nephew a favor for her, and she gets mad at me. I was like, wait a minute. Your girlfriend, her son, is your nephew.
Oh,
That's where it went. And I just
You
froze.
as the sober person have connected the dots.
And I'm just like, no. I'm just like, you can't just say that in a conversation.
Yeah.
And not elaborate. Like,
Right.
so I just froze because I was like, I'm trying to understand. It's like, that would make her his sister, right?
You're building the family tree in the head. You're like, him, her,
all
son,
the lights are going off.
nephew.
Is it like a brother? Like, if it was a brother-in-law,
Welcome to Florida.
it-
Break out the whiskey.
but is it the brother-in-law's sister? Would that still be a nephew?
So, all right. So
It can be.
his girlfriend's
But probably
son
not.
is his nephew.
Yes.
I think it would be
what I'm
considered
saying?
once removed.
Yeah.
So when it's like,
Does he have and his wife's dead? I'm trying to think here. His 18-month son is
Did he
dead.
say if he killed her or not?
There hasn't been any admission to a murder yet in the story.
Yeah.
Maybe. Fuck. Maybe. Okay, I'll go out on the benefit. I'll go on the benefit of positive.
I'm
All right, I can picture this. Maybe. I'm gonna try to spin this in a very positive way. I'm gonna try, attempt it. All right.
I don't care.
I know.
Fuck it.
Maybe.
Put the hole down in the
Maybe
ground.
his brother is dead and he hasn't told you about that yet. And his girlfriend is the woman that was formerly with his brother.
with
And
you.
so that way the child is still his nephew. However,
they're
he
not
is
they're not
comfort-
blood
that
related.
would be
comforting-
sister-in-law.
Yes. But no genetic
So
relation.
coveting
Still-
his brother's
yes.
wife.
Not
But
true.
Still fucked up.
Well, they don't
Very
have.
fucked up. The spirit of his brother is hovering above the bed.
and he's wearing his roofing shirt.
Yeah.
Gotta nail it down.
Laying that tile, baby.
Tar and feather that
Laying
shit.
that fucking tile.
I just like sat there and like,
Hang some drywall in this pussy.
like I felt like I just sat there like
I'm trying to be
I
positive.
gotta cover the
I'm
mic.
trying to be positive.
I've never heard that one before. Is that a Loxahatchee quote?
I guess. I came out of nowhere with it.
I sat there like butters. I was like, ow, ow, like my brain hurts. Ow. Dude,
You know what? Either way, it's fucked up.
How
Yeah.
the fuck did you get out? How are you here? How'd you make it?
Yeah,
So-
not unless. Now, if there was, so
see,
if,
that's where I got. I was like,
yeah,
wait a minute.
So
He said-
if it was, so let's say there's 2 girls, 1 family, 2 boys.
One cup.
Wrong movie. So if this boy and this girl are married and they have a son, that's his nephew. So if he's dating the sister of his brother's wife, that would still be his nephew. While still being the girlfriend while not being blood related. So it would have to be 2 boys on 1 family, 2 girls on 1 family, one that's already married and him dating the sister.
Listen, I liked Game of Thrones, but this is nuts. This is fucking...
Yeah, that's
If
some
I have to
some
go-
British royalty shit right there.
Oh no. Yeah, so here's the messed up part. Then I read this article yesterday where this girl found out that her number one OnlyFans like subscriber was her biological dad.
No,
That's nasty. as
no,
fuck.
wait.
Supportive father
I don't
or...
care how
No.
much money you're making. Shut it down.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your story, Ian. I have to know more about this line dancing you were doing last night.
You went line
What
dancing?
prompted you to? And actually, I will say this: not bad.
It's on the page. It's on the page.
Oh, it's on. Yeah,
Oh, it's on the
Not
page.
bad, bro. But how'd you get into this?
Well, being a white man with a ponytail. No, when I first moved to
I
Florida,
take offense to that.
How many?
I'll wear cowboy boots, I'll wear a cowboy hat, but I'll be damned if you catch me line dancing.
when I first moved to Florida, there's not a lot of bars I went to because I had moved here. I was like, okay, where do I lived in Loxahatchee. I'm not going to Boonies. This is the old Boonies. They haven't
Right.
redone
So
it yet.
it's Renegades or Renegades.
Renegades or Renegades. So I went to Renegades.
Which I hear is a fine
It
establishment.
is. Renegades is actually not a bad time.
Yeah.
You see, despite the name and the fact that it plays the majority of country music, there's actually a wide variety of people in there, which would shock you.
Right.
But so I used to frequent Renegades all the time, and the one thing they do there is they line dance. Well, I don't fucking dance. It's just not something I do. But I found some of the songs are pretty fucking easy. Yeah. You're watching it, and it's like you could figure it out no matter how drunk you are. You're like,
Right.
oh, that's
Hey, why not
three-
have a good time?
That's 3 moves. So I don't know. I ended up
great.
doing some line dancing. Now when certain songs come on, I just
It reminded me of that movie with the guy from Dirty Dancing,
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze. Like you were protecting the bar there. It's a pretty
Roadhouse?
interesting- Roadhouse. And then decided to do
Hold
some
on.
line dancing.
No. Give me this.
See,
What you are
Interesting.
doing is not line dancing.
Somebody needs to send me the clip so I can edit it in.
Hold on.
bro, he's into
What-
some shit.
What you are doing is you're auditioning for your first year of college cheerleading. You're the
Am I gonna make it? Like,
Yeah, bro, it's
No.
not bad.
Hands down,
I'm
you're
with
not.
you. Listen, Ian, not bad, bro. Not bad. I'm not mad at you.
you. Did you ever watch? Was
Simon
it
Cowell,
Bloodsport?
I've
Was it
seen worse.
Bloodsport where Jean-Claude Van Damme's dancing? Okay,
Yes.
that's
Oh
that.
yeah,
Like
but
Elaine from
stiffer.
Seinfeld.
oh yeah.
with John Clement dancing, is that Bloodsport or is that kickboxer?
Kickboxer.
Kickboxer. Yeah. He's in
They're-
the bar, and the guy started to fight with him because he wants to dance with their woman.
He's dancing with all the Thai women.
Like, listen, if I saw Jean-Claude Van Damme in a bar dancing, I'm gonna leave that man alone.
I will say I did do line dancing once, and that was when I was at the Marlboro Ranch in Montana, and there was a good reason for that.
When in Rome.
There was an insanely hot chick that was like teaching me. What I saw there was like 3 dudes in a row line dancing, which again, not my problem.
Hey,
Hey,
listen,
right,
hey,
right.
you're into what you're into.
Don't yuck anybody's yum here.
But
That's
if
right.
you're happy with it, wait, hold on, let me see this again.
Got to critique.
I
it a
do
little
have
more.
to critique one
It's
thing.
good- it's
One
good
thing I didn't pay
skills.
attention to.
No, no.
This is the key factor. This is an extremely important factor in this whole equation. You did it in sneakers. You're a loser.
No boots, no cowboy.
You ain't got the
boots.
cowboy boots,
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
come on, it's an impromptu dance number.
bro. You cannot go to a country bar.
I was in a country bar.
in sneakers.
I was in a country bar.
Where was that?
That was Stadium Grill up in PGA.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's
So
just a bar.
it wasn't Renegades.
Yeah.
We were under the impression it was Renegades.
They start playing a song. I was
the
like,
other
oh.
country bar.
No, that's not a country bar. That's like old golfers bar.
I don't wear cowboy boots. That's not something.
Listen, get yourself a pair of cowboy boots. They're fucking amazing.
Oh man! All right, gentlemen, listen. To wrap this up, we're gonna jump.
Wrap
into
it
the
up.
We've been going how long now? 2 hours,
Bro, we haven't even
hours.
gotten to the coffee and whiskey.
bro.
Where are you going? You got someplace to be?
No, we can break up. All right, let's take an intermission.
We can
Go start brewing some coffee.
I'll brew
What
some
we
coffee.
can do is, if you want, split this. We don't have to talk about Star Wars the whole
Right,
time,
we
and
can
we
do
just
something
go
else.
off something else.
Let's do it.
Just say you got to go to the bathroom.
Bro, I do gotta go to the bathroom, but
We had the same problem last time. I should have made him stay there and made him like rough it out.
Just make him hold on.
Oh, he's running. It's like
he's running. That man's about to shit his pants.
I can't take you guys anywhere. I told you fucked up. If you're inviting me and you told me, oh, we're gonna have drinks, everyone's gonna bring their own. We're drinking, son.
I gotta say though, these little guys right here,
They're delicious, right?
yeah, man,
They're pretty good.
surprisingly well. Yeah,
I'm telling you, if you
That
go,
and
Lambic
the
beer.
that and the peanut butter whiskey was my highlight.
wait until we drop it in coffee. It's gonna blow your fucking
yeah, that is
mind.
what I have a couple of whiskey bottles that I haven't had a chance to really dive into too much.
I make like
Yeah.
a peanut butter whiskey and what's the one for the UFC? The Howler Head, the banana one. I make an
Yeah.
old fashioned with the peanut butter and the banana, and I think that is gonna replace the other one I was using. That's really really.
I
good.
have turned so many people. I should be sponsored by Rams Point at this point in time.
should.
Because that is so freaking good. And you throw that, I promise you throw that into coffee, it's going to blow your fucking mind.
Cafe Bustelo is
Yeah,
fine.
I'll
That's
do
the
Bustelo.
that's the
Yeah.
universal.
That'll be
man.
perfect.
Yeah, I think you just want standard black coffee.
Yeah, you'll be good. No sugar, no nothing.
None of that sand goon coffee.
So with the Lambic, with the
Thank you.
Lambic, go to Total Wine
Yep.
and get yourself the big bottle of the peach.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good. I mean, the apple one I like because it's really easy. It's really light.
The apple was nice, but it was very light. I think out of the three we tried so far,
The raspberry.
the raspberry. Like the cherry was good,
Yeah.
but I expected to like the cherry more than the raspberry. But I think the raspberry out of the three.
The raspberry's got a nice little like sour tang to it,
Yes.
like a touch. Not a lot where like you'd be like, oh, this is gonna be a stomach ache. You can drink it, but I'm telling you, the peach is just. It tastes like the Libby's like peach juice, like thinned out,
Yeah.
with a little bit of alcohol. Oh, it's so good, and it's weird because like, oh, this would probably be great with some vodka or something like that. No, just drink it straight, and you will
The apple is my
absolutely.
favorite.
Yeah, you would crush if you get the big one. Like you get the bigger bottle, you will absolutely crush that bottle in no time. You won't even realize it because it tastes so good, and it doesn't feel like a lot of alcohol.
Sneaks
But
up on you.
It'll sneaks up on. It's not gonna sneak up on you like the whiskey or something will. Like it'll just get you.
Yeah.
But it's so good, dude. Like, oh man, I could chug it because I love juice. I love orange juice, stuff like that, apple juice.
I'm still doing pretty good. I prepared for this poorly. I went out last night and I was like, there's a lot of good beer because it's up there in PGA. It's like there's Stadium Grill and there's Das Beer Garden.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
those fucking good beers on the menu. And I was like, I should probably drink beer, like because I got to drive the whole way back to Wellington from PGA Jupiter, So I started drinking beer and I thought to myself, you're supposed to drink beer all day tomorrow. This is not a good prep.
Let me give you a little pro tip. Get yourself some milk thistle. Milk
Okay.
thistle is a liver like detox supplement. It's
Is that pre-game or post-game?
both. You could do both if you want. If you do it pre-game, you'll be able to drink a little bit more. But if you do it like post-game, depending like on your body type and stuff like that, I have sobered up in about 15 minutes and gone back out drinking.
Oh God.
So if you sat there, like if I gave you some milk thistle right now and like a glass of water, like you'll be good to go in like an hour. You'll be like, oh, good to go.
Not bad.
So anytime you go out drinking, I mean, I won't need it for this one, but like if I was to go out to like a beer fest or something, like come home, dude, 2-3 milk thistles, chug some water. You'll wake up, unless you were going hard in the paint, like you were really going like, hey, I just like got dumped kind of like drinking.
Yeah.
Like, no, you'll be absolutely fine the next day.
That's the good kind of drinking.
Yeah. Like that's where like you're really kind of like you're going in deep, but
That's
that's-
why you go to a country bar.
That's right. That's why you go.
that'll get you in trouble. That'll get you in trouble. But no, man, this is not bad. I was gonna bring you guys a different beer, but I couldn't find it. It's actually one of my favorites, but it's very seasonal. Is Narragansett I want to say I'm saying it right.
That sounds like a dragon in Monster Hunter.
Doesn't think I know that. I don't think I know that one. No.
It's I want to say it's not Polish or anything like that, but it's like a skinnier body. If you looked at it like kind of like at a glance, it almost looked like a fancy Pabst Blue Ribbon kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's very, very good beer. They have a bunch of different ones. They have an Oktoberfest. They have a Pilsner and all sorts of stuff. Really good beer, and it's not heavy. Like I said, I'm not a stout guy.
Yeah, that one was actually pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I grabbed that. I grabbed the Dragon's Milk purely off the name. A little dissatisfied.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I could drink it if it was the only beer in the fridge, but if there was a different beer other than that, it's definitely come in second place.
I feel like that would be a bad night though if you drank that all night. You'd be like miserable.
It's pretty heavy. It definitely feels pretty heavy.
I want to say I might have been to this brewery
In North Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is Virginia.
Is it? No.
Yeah.
D9 Brewing Company?
Crozet, VA.
Oh God.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, that coffee smells good.
All right.
creamer and
Thank you very
everything.
much.
Oh, did you add creamer to it? Oh, did you add creamer in yours?
Should we
He
add
added
creamer to it? What do you
that.
think?
No, it comes that way. Oh, okay. Can you hand me the bottle here?
Yeah,
I'll
because
hold it.
doesn't creamer curl once you put alcohol?
There's two different types.
No, you'll be fine. I guess this one's Edson.
Yeah. There's like two that are a little.
You get the Godiva chocolate cup.
Fancy.
All right, so just go ahead and take a sip of that coffee, even though
Got
it's
it.
like scalding hot. Just take
All
a
right.
sip.
Burn them taste buds.
Just to get a taste of the coffee, right? All right, let me get this up. I'm over it.
Yep. Tastes like coffee.
All right.
Oh, and I do want to hear about that pillow fight competition. Bro.
I'll fill you guys in on that. That was actually a lot of fun. All right, cups, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Gracias.
I'll just give you a touch.
Smidgens.
Yeah, a smidgen. A sploosh.
Put some pretzels and
Yeah.
some chips.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, give that little baby a
Give it a stir.
sip. Tell me what you think.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
What do you got?
Ah, that's good. Wow.
Are you waiting?
Damn.
I guess I could.
Yeah.
Let me blow on it.
Damn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's a reason to bother drinking coffee.
Yeah. Very
More
enjoyable.
of a energy drink fan myself, but
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, we definitely couldn't mix energy
my.
drinks with the amount of alcohol.
my,
we were
where did the
throwing
whiskey
down
go?
today.
What the hell?
Yeah.
A little
So
caffeine.
now,
That's
granted, this is the Cafe Bustelo like dark. So if you were to use, let's say, like a Lavazza coffee or like something like up there,
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of a light
Yeah,
or a
'cause-
medium roast.
yeah,
Yeah, you know what it is? Like when I make my coffee, I don't want to put milk and sugar in it. So I get
I
like
never
the
do.
Cafe Bustelo con leche or like a cappuccino shit. Just mix it and go. You know, this way I don't have to add extra shit to it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I have
you
a
don't
bit
need
of a
the
sweet
coffee.
tooth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good,
so
right?
so
That'll fuck up your lifestyle right there.
this shit is delicious, man.
I'm feeling
Yeah,
it.
seriously.
I really like that. I'm gonna have to pick up a bottle, no lie.
At this point, I need to get sponsored by them because I am telling you, if you, depending on the cup of coffee that you get, you throw that on there, that's a $19.99 bottle. Dude, it is so
Worth
good.
it.
And if you put it, even if you put it on the rocks, just a
Good.
sip,
Still sip.
Yeah.
Good.
it's
You know,
not strong.
Speaking of the rocks, has anybody tried the rock tequila? I haven't had the
Terramana?
chance.
I'm not a
Marijuana?
big
I have not.
fan
I
of
haven't tried it
tequila.
yet.
I can't do tequila. Tequila has the same effect on me that bug spray does. on the road.
Rum or whiskey is more where I'm
I lay
at.
on my back. I kick my
I
leg.
graduated college thanks to tequila.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Because tequila is actually just a specific plant, where mezcal is a series of plants. So I believe mezcal has a deeper flavor profile than tequila. And personally, I'm not a fan of tequila, so I'm not running out there to
there's
try
like the agave
it.
plant
If
for
it's there,
tequila.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
try
mezcal.
it,
Yeah.
but I'm not running out there to try it because most tequila is gonna have a very similar taste because it's the one style of
See,
plant.
well, no. So that depends on the kind of tequila that you get.
I hate
Like
tequila.
you can get like a
like
really cheap tequila, or you can get like a really
fan.
like high quality, like
Yeah.
smooth tequila, where you'll get the the zing to it.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna taste like metal where it's sitting in your back. Like when you
Yeah.
get like the yellow-ish kind of tequila.
There is that one Spanish restaurant that's here in 441, Papi Chulo, and then there's one up in Jupiter. They got real good tacos and shit, street corn. And I was there. Yeah? Don Ramon? No, not Don Ramon.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Taco Bell
And
tequila.
I was-
oh my god, that would be amazing.
Bro, now I want some taquitos.
But no, I tried tequila there, and I remember the guy. I was like, I can't do tequila, and he's like, trust me, try this tequila. I was like, dude, no, I fucking don't do tequila.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, he was explaining to me, he's like, it's distilled this many times, blah blah. He's like, and it's when the fermenting process, he's like, they put jalapenos in it.
Yeah.
So it's like a jalapeno tequila. And I
That
will
sounds
say this,
disgusting, bro.
I will say this, I tried it. And it didn't have that like it was like a spicy tequila, but it didn't have that like tequila aftertaste.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
overpowers your sinuses. So I was able to shoot it and be like, okay,
Right.
that wasn't bad. But even like Patron, I take a shot of it, and then that tequila taste
Yeah.
goes through my sinus, and I'm just like,
I mean,
I start to
it's
involuntarily seize. I'm like, I fucking hate that.
I mean, it's not a surprise because like a lot of rum is the cheap rum. It's deliberately designed to be mixed with other stuff. But
I can drink cheap rum before I can drink expensive tequila.
But like I drink rum, but I like the better rum that's really intended like whiskey for sipping.
like Bumbu or something.
So I'm not surprised
the
that-
Bumbu rum, dude. That Bumbu rum.
Bumbu
So-
is so good.
so, like-
Barbados.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
good.
like a lot of tequila falls along the same lines as like a lot of the rum, where a lot of it's cheap, intended to be mixed. You're not really concerned about the flavor versus just getting drunk.
Yeah, how about that Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
I kill me.
You wake up. You wake up.
Listen,
You wake up and you're fucking
No, no,
teeth
no,
hurt.
no.
I
Listen,
can enjoy some Mike's Hard
like
Lemonade.
100 degrees outside by a pool, you want a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yeah,
You know what I
Straight up
don't
ice,
like?
like-
I don't like those seltzer drinks. They're
No,
fucking
they're
disgusting.
chemical.
That's a
I
pass.
don't like them.
White
I,
Claw.
I tried
Have you
so
had
White
the
Claw.
have
I
you-
tried
Wait,
so
have
hard.
you tried the White Claw mango?
Different flavors. I bought the different flavor pack. I didn't like them at all.
White Claw,
Claw,
Truly.
seltzer.
Get behind it.
Truly is kind of bad.
Yeah.
Truly too. Yeah, I tried those too.
So,
I don't know.
did I ever tell you how I passed? I graduated college because of tequila.
No.
No. Were you handing out bottles?
No, I was drinking. I was drinking at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I got the degree in music. I was a music major, like commercial music business with a focus in jazz guitar.
All right.
A lot of my classes I had to take because that's part of the music program.
Right.
So I had to take sight singing. What sight singing is that you go to a class, they give you a piece of paper.
Sing at people on site.
No.
We singing, bitch. We on site.
This sounds like improv singing is what
So
this sounds
it's
like.
kind of, so someone hands you a piece of paper and you're supposed to be able to sing that in like 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh,
Right?
fuck.
Which is a telltale sign of a really, really good musician.
Sure.
That's how they make it in Nashville. Like guys go in there into a studio, they get handed a
Somebody
sheet of paper.
writes them a song and they go.
And then it's like 1, 2, 3. Like you had maybe about 60 seconds to look at the sheet of paper. So like, and that's a good musician is you'll be able to sit there and look at a sheet of paper, be like, okay, whatever, go. I'm not a singer. I can crush it on some fucking Frank Sinatra, D. Martin shit all day, no problem. That's not what this was.
Right. It's like thrasher metal.
No, it was just a lot of like jumping around. So if you put me like I've performed in front of big crowds, I've performed at freaking what you call it, like the festival, the Sunfest and stuff like that. My band, like in like high school stuff, I did Sunfest. I have
Nice.
no problem.
Right.
Cool. I'm great in front of a huge crowd. My tests were one-on-one with my teacher. So I sounded like I was going through puberty every like other week. We had to go take tests one-on-one. So
Did they at least give you some music instruments for the background, or it's
nothing.
just
No,
pure voice?
It's just
Intimate
one-on-one.
setting.
right.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
just one-on-one. And I was already insecure about it. So take that piece of information. Now, side note, I always had this issue where like my hand would shake. I always hated it. As a guitar player, that fucking sucks. Like my hand would shake. So I went to a doctor, and this was when I was younger, and my mom was with me, and my parents are big against drinking. You wouldn't tell. They're big against drinking. So the doctor's like, all right, so here's the issue. He's like, for you to stop having the shakes, you would have to take this medication.
Right.
Problem is the side effects include depression. So you'd have to also take medication for the depression.
Antidepressants.
So it's like, that's not a thing. He's like, I'm like, all right, so that's out of the question. What's my other option? He's like, anytime you have to do anything where your hand has to be still, take a shot of whiskey. My parents, like I said, are super against whiskey or drinking. My mom's like, well, you're fucked.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, I guess I'm screwed.
like,
I'm gonna just
that's
be like
not an option.
Parkinson's my whole
How
life,
about
right?
some holy water, bless?
Right? So back to these college courses. So I was like, I remember like, and I kept on getting bad grades. I was like, fuck this. I was like, you know what? Anytime I have to go take these tests now, I'll just take a shot like right before the test. I should be good to go. Kill the nerves, right? Tons of musicians do this. Problem is my tests are like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'd sign up for the first
Morning drinking, yeah.
So I'd sign up for the first test of the day.
Yeah.
7 o'clock, 7:30. I wouldn't have any kind of breakfast because I thought empty stomach, it'll hit me harder.
Oh yeah.
So dude, sure enough, 7 o'clock, I bought a little bottle of Patron. I would take a shot at like 6:55 test. Aced every fucking test after that.
Damn.
Every fucking test after that. Until one day, I'm like, take my shot. Teacher comes in. She's like, hold on, I'll be right back. I forgot something. I was like, all right. I'm like, can't fucking kill this buzz. I need this buzz. Like full on alcoholic. He's like, I need this to survive. So
You kept drinking?
I kept taking shots. She comes back, leaves again. I was like, fuck, I'm running out of this fucking bottle. So it's like 7:45. I killed this bottle. She's like, we're going to have to postpone the test. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm like, oh, fuck. Fuck the rest of the day, dude. It was so bad.
Yo, the weird, shitty alcohol story I have happened to be when I was in the service. And we were doing live fire exercises. So for those that don't
That's
know,
good.
That mixes well.
live
I
fire
feel so safe.
exercises sometimes involve an obstacle course. So this particular day, we had to low crawl like 100 yards underneath barbed wire while explosives were going off around us.
Right?
And this was at night. And also bullets were being shot over us. They're
So
like,
live munitions.
yes, do not stand up. You will get shot. You low crawl. Your threshold is the top of the barbed wire.
Wow.
So if you're fat, guess what? Dig into the fucking mud. Don't stand up.
So you
They
had to
warned
dig
us.
into the mud. Got it.
No, I was actually much more slender then. I was like 90 pounds soaking wet with boots on at that point in my life. No longer. So what happened was some of the older fellows that were there, our cadre, our leaders, would have one canteen of water and another of tequila or vodka, their drink of choice.
Why? Just to kill the day?
Just because they can. Nobody's checking their fucking canteens. They're in charge, and they felt like, we got to be here with you assholes all day. We might as well be drunk.
Fair enough.
So we're watching these guys, like we're about to prepare for live fire exercises where they're in charge of our lives. And they're getting fucking hammered. It's scary. You know what I mean? Like, so we go through the obstacle course. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, but just the whole idea of like, well, guys, we'll make sure you're safe. And they're like, hey, some tequila shots. And we're like, what the fuck?
Oh, so you were drinking.
We weren't. They were, but they were in charge of making sure we don't die.
Yeah, but at that point,
safe
it's
to a
automatic.
degree. Yeah, but
automatic.
as like you're 19, this is your first time doing the live fire exercise at night. Like, you know, who knows? Maybe they were bullshitting us to give
Don't
us a little
stand up.
extra
I
scary.
mean, that's
you know
what-
what I mean? But it was still like, fuck, we're in the army. You know
Sounds
what I mean? Like, yeah.
Sounds like my kind of people. I'm good to go. I mean, like, everyone's like, oh, I got vodka.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
yeah, no.
We're going straight into rum. Overproof rum, fellas.
What about you guys? Any good drinking stories?
There's a lot of good drinking stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some I'm allowed to tell, some that I'm not.
Yeah,
yes.
some that cannot be uttered on this podcast.
Yes. So tell us one of those. Here, have a drink. And then tell us one of those.
Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck is this beer shit? You got coffee and whiskey right there.
Yes.
I'm letting it cool down.
No, you're dodging the bullet. Yeah, I know you're dodging the bullet.
Hey, don't stand up. Don't stand
Hey,
up.
bro, it's cool. You want me to get you some ice cubes?
Yeah, I mean,
I already finished mine.
Mine's in ceramic, and you know what? Let me.
I'm making my way through it.
It's good, right?
It is good.
Yeah, that's actually fantastic.
Out of everybody here, Ian, I didn't think you would be the one that was gonna like
I'm the
bitch out on
softest.
me.
I'm the softest.
Like you can sit there and do all the CrossFit you want, but I throw a couple of drinks on you and it's done with.
The CrossFit.
We don't do CrossFit.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't do CrossFit?
No, I don't do CrossFit.
He just works out.
Yeah.
Ed, what about you? Then?
I don't
While-
want to be the best
while-
at working out. I just
While
wanna
he's
work-
discussing, while he's figuring out his drinking status. What do you got?
I mean, the only really
I'm trying to be good.
the
at
only
working
really
out.
time that drinking went real bad, it was one of the first times I was drinking, and it was one of those moments of bring what you have.
Right.
You had some liquor,
Right.
you had some beer, you had some malts, there was a bottle of champagne. It was a little bit of like.
So you were mixing, kind of like we are right now.
It was the worst idea ever. Like one of the first times you're drinking, and it's a little bit of everything.
Yes.
And I recall at one point, Nerf guns in Walmart,
Oh, shit.
running around Walmart, and they didn't give a shit. It was like 2 a.m. Yeah. And somewhere around 4 a.m, all of us hanging over the banister, puking.
Nice. I like it.
Which is appropriate for one of your first times drinking, when you learn the very pinnacle lesson of don't mix.
Yeah.
Pick what you're gonna drink and stay with that for the night.
Well,
Another beer?
have you ever taught somebody a valuable lesson that you didn't like that was drinking? I had a friend of mine that was drinking, a real asshole the whole night, getting to the point where he's getting sick, and he's like, "Man, can you help me out? I'm getting sick. What do you recommend?" I was like, warm milk.
Oh, wow.
Warm milk will fix you right up.
you're a
As a
That
matter of
is
fact,
so fucked.
I'll get it for you.
That's not
Rest of the
bad.
night, we're hanging out by the bathroom door like, next time, don't be a dick.
I almost killed a buddy of mine. And if anything, it's more than he took the shot for me. Shout out to my boy Pinto. I fucking love this guy. I've known, probably he's one of my oldest friends now, like close to 20 years. So into college, it was like when I first started drinking. I never like really drank in high school, whatever. So we would all go to his house anytime that his parents took off, because his parents had a nice house out west in Boca, whatever.
Yeah, it's the party place.
Right. So we didn't know shit about alcohol. So I found this website where it was like, you put in what you got, and it would tell you what drinks to make.
Right.
So it makes you feel like you're a bartender. So we decided to have a bunch of people over for like New Year's Eve. Everybody brought a bottle, but it was just like schnapps, vodka, rum, this, that, and the other, just Midori, all sorts of different color stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to go make myself a drink. I was already like screwed up. So I'm thinking, I love all these drinks. Let me pour a little bit of everything into one cup.
Oh, no.
My boy Pinto is about Cass's size, right?
Tiny.
So he's a tiny dude. I'm 6'4", 200 something pounds. So like, I go and I'm just like just one count of everything. He comes out of nowhere. He's like, "Oh, what you making?" He's like, "I'm just making myself a little mixed drink." He's like, "I'll take it." I'm like, I don't know if that like you could really handle that. It's more for someone my size. He's like, "Fuck it," grabs it, and I watch him down this entire glass. I was like,
No.
Goodbye, friend.
but so when I saw it, right, so when I saw him drinking that, I was thinking like, I probably shouldn't drink that. So I just made myself like a simple like screwball. So whatever, night goes on, and then I'm just talking to different people. It's like, "Hey, where's Pinto?" He's like, "Oh, you didn't hear?" I was like, "No, hear what?" And he's like, "Listen." From the other side of the house here. I run, and he's just sitting there just blowing chunks into the bathroom, like in the toilet. It's like 11:30 at night. I was like, dude, you want something?" So I started like taking care of him. I'm making tea. He's like, "You guys better not be taking pictures." I'm like, nope, we're good. I'm like teabagging him. Like there's like videos and stuff. It's like, then it's midnight. He's like, "There's some fireworks going off." I was like, "Yeah, dude, come on, let's go." He's like, no. I was like, I'm like tucking this dude into bed and stuff.
Yo, we one time may or may not have been underage drinking at this point.
It's not.
But we were in a house. A friend of mine, Stormy, at the time, her mother was bipolar. We did not know this at that point in time.
She know it?
So her mother knew.
Oh,
But
okay.
Stormy knew,
Stormy.
but didn't tell
Stormy
us.
Daniels?
Stormy.
Yeah. So
Her name was Stormy.
she's like, my mother's cool with us drinking at my house. So there's like 7 or 8 of us, a station wagon, and a shit ton of 40s.
Right.
We're like, yo, we're going to go into Stormy's house. Yeah, Eddie's turn.
He's got a shit. Ed Nelson has left the building.
Ran out of toilet paper. Use your hat.
Remember when
So,
you guys busted? Remember when you guys were busting my balls about having a piece of bread?
Yeah. You know, shit.
So we're at the house, and we got all these 40s, and we're drinking. Her mother isn't home yet. We're like, yeah, we thought it was cool. Her mother walks in, and she's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. Goes to the store, comes back about an hour later. She's like, what are you doing in my house? We're like, what? We're hammered. We're fucking hammered. And we still got like 6 40s left to go. You know, like we were hunkering down for the fucking night.
Right.
So she's like, I just called the cops. We're like, fuck. I'm like, Rocky, he was our special friend.
Right.
Grab all the 40s, take them downstairs, outside, and dump them, because we lived in Pennsylvania at the time, in the woods. Go to the wood line. Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. You guys want one?
Oh, yeah, I think I will. Oh, thanks,
I'm
man.
good. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Ian's like, I can't eat shit.
I can't do that.
So
Can't do that to him.
at the time, the cops were really cold. We're upstairs grabbing all of our shit. Rocky's supposed to be dumping the beer. In his fucking brain, he's like, I'm gonna try to drink as much alcohol before the cops
Rocky
get
knows
here.
what's up. My boy Rocky knows what's up.
So he's in
That
the
sounds
middle,
like Rocky.
He's in the middle of the road, like holding 40 bottles like this and drinking as the cops pull up. Boop! Lights on. He's like, what's going on here? I got a call there was underage drinking in somebody's house, blah, 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 blah. So now while he's downstairs, Stormy's fighting with her mother upstairs. She wound up breaking the glass door. The mother's fucking wigging out. We run downstairs. Stormy's still upstairs fighting with her mother. So now there's like 6 of us downstairs. We come outside. Boom. Cops are there. We're like, fuck. He's like, don't go anywhere. Get over here. He goes up. He sits us in front of the police car, goes upstairs, fixes that problem, brings Stormy downstairs. Now we're all down there. The bottles are in the middle of the road. We're all looking at Rocky like, you piece of shit. 5 feet. The fucking woods, right there. If the cops would have pulled up, nobody would have fucking seen your ass. Yep. You're in the middle of the road, drinking these fucking beers.
Shout out to my boy Rocky.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, Rocky.
Yeah. Jermaine is his real name, but I'll tell you why we call him Rocky. So the first time I meet Rocky, not to deter too far from the story, I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Nelson just moved to Pennsylvania, coming in from Brooklyn. What's your name? He's like, oh, Rocky. You know why they call me Rocky? I'm like, why? I fuck people up. I'm like, cool. So
He wasn't. He wasn't.
Rocky.
Listen, he wasn't hurting nobody.
No,
in
he
the
was
fight.
the last person.
He wasn't
was
hurting nobody in
always
the fight.
getting beat up.
He was he was the reason there was fights going to happen, but he was not the one that was going to win.
But those are other alcohol
Can we
stories.
just point out that Rocky Balboa is the least technical boxer in the history?
Yeah.
Did we talk about New Year's?
No, not yet.
On the
So-
podcast before,
yeah.
because this is the same Rocky.
Yeah, it's the same Rocky. It is. So the long story short, the cops downstairs were all getting yelled at, but I was leaving to the military in a month. So I had to take one on the chin. Be like, listen, if I get in trouble for this, they won't let me go to the service. So he took that as an opportunity to lecture us for like an hour and then let us go with basically like a slap on the wrist, which probably doesn't happen too often now in this climate. But, you know, he took it as, you're a bunch of punk kids. You really weren't hurting anybody. Who's sober? Who can drive? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And nobody entrusted Rocky that from that point on with any amount of liquor to dispose of.
I mean, that's not his fault, though.
But it is.
Cops can get creative though, man. We got busted one time. We were all underage drinking out in New York, Pennsylvania. We were at this party, and my buddy Anthony went outside. The cops got Anthony outside. What they did was they stole his phone. They stole his cell phone. And they sent a text to a bunch of us inside the house, and they said, hey, guys, get out here. There's people out here breaking into your cars. It's like 12 of us, all fucking underage and drunk. Go charging out Allison's house onto the street to where Officer Strong and the Western Police Department is just waiting for us, laughing. And they were like, wow, that worked. And we were like, God damn, that was good.
Yeah.
So we're all
I would have gotten away with it, too, if there wasn't for you fucking kids.
I remember we were all sitting on the sidewalk, and we're all just like looking over at Anthony. So
Yeah.
we're all just like, you fucking
You
like,
piece
you
of
should have died.
shit.
You had to have given him your password. You fucking should die, you know? This guy went in the house, and like he's like, which one of you is the oldest? And at the time it was like my cousin Roman. He's like, technically I could give you $1,000 fine for every underage person here. He's like, there's like 25 fucking kids here.
Oh, shit.
He's like, but He's like, I'm willing to let you guys go. He's like, but we are going to take your beer. This motherfucker walked out of the house with like 3 cases. Of
Hey,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
good for him, bro. I'll give
That's a
him.
better punishment.
Yeah. I'll give him 3 cases of beer on a weekend. Fuck it.
But I was just amazed at the ingenuity of the police. Like, God damn, that was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Well, you think you're the first person they busted?
I was like, we charged out to them. We
In-
ran into their hands. We all just
In Brooklyn, they were notorious for taking people's quads away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you weren't supposed to have the quads driving around, but they would be like, listen, we could take you to jail, we can fine you, we can impound the vehicle, or I could just take your quad. Mm-hmm. And this never happened.
Well, we've
And
met.
like, yo, it's fucked up because then you'd see like police officer kids quad driving your quad down the fucking block.
Well, you would see that during Halloween all the time, where it's like you got caught, and they could be an asshole. They could put you in the car, arrest you, or they can hit you with your shaving cream and eggs and send you home.
Yes.
I'll take that hit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They made us put them down in front of us. Take your hat
Yep.
off. Put it in your fucking hat.
Yeah.
Put the hat on. Fuck. Smack.
Yeah,
You know,
like-
oh.
Like everybody,
I'd laugh my ass off
Bro.
and do it. Be like,
Yeah.
sure, let's
Bro,
do it.
what are you gonna do? You're gonna let them call your mom or take you to
No.
jail for
everybody
some
knew
bullshit?
what was going on because for Halloween only, the corner dollar store magically now had shaving cream and eggs and toilet paper right in the front. It's things they never sold before.
Yep.
Right when you first walk in the door, like
First thing you see.
all the eggs
Oh,
you could
yeah.
get, $1.
Whatever, I would too. Fuck 'em.
Joe's Corner Deli used to hold eggs
Yes.
for like 2 months that they didn't sell instead of throwing them out
Oh yeah.
and sell them to you out of the back room because they knew that like these aren't for eating, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can throw them in. people.
Anything that would go bad, instead of tossing it, it would sit in the corner for Halloween. Like, no, those are for Halloween.
Halloween was a good time.
Yeah,
in New York,
I'd make money too.
Did you ever do Devil's Night? Or did you have like out here in Florida, it seems very cookie cutter. Just people go out for candy. I'm like, damn, we had Devil's Night in New York.
No, I mean,
Or we'd
we
go bombing.
so like it's different. Like in Italy,
fun.
like the version of Halloween is very more carnival like esque. So like that was fun. Like that was
like
cool.
a Dia de los Muertos kind of deal.
No, it was more like it's just like a party. So everybody comes like dressed up, and there's like confetti and stuff everywhere.
cool.
Like I remember, like my thing is I would always dress up as Zorro. That was my thing. I would dress up as Zorro every year.
Spandex,
No,
sash,
no, all black,
sash.
little like bandana. I had the sash. And, like every year I would dress up as Zorro, but like it's all about like confetti and like just like a party. But then when we came here, it was like about the candy and things like that. So it's like I could do this. I never got into the whole like, oh, let's fuck somebody's like house up or anything like that.
Now that we didn't do. We fucked each other up.
Yeah.
So like we would go to the park. The park would get fucked up.
Yeah.
But like we'd basically have like 14th Street Park and Kelly Park, and we'd meet at a park, or after a while there was so many of us, we'd meet under the train station, and it would be like 100 kids on one side, 100 kids on another, and just please get out of the way. Eggs are just
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really ever deliberately directed at a single person or random people you didn't know.
Yeah.
It was usually like a group of people versus a group of people. Now I do know sometimes where it was like, hey, that person was harassing the kids in the park
Right.
or harassing the kids in the neighborhood, just generally being an asshole.
Yeah.
right.
Maybe
you
they're-
got yours.
Maybe their house
Yeah.
got a couple of eggs
Yeah.
during Halloween. But generally speaking, most of it was very focused and you knew where it was happening. So if you wanted to be a part of it, well, you go over there. That's where it's going to happen. But it wasn't really very it wasn't random.
It wasn't like the Warriors. You're not just gonna go.
Yeah,
down
no,
the
you're not,
street.
you're not, you're not just walking around looking for some random person. It was like you knew who was on the other side.
I've ruined a lot of random lives on Halloween. If karma is a thing, I still have a lot coming.
Still have a lot
I mean,
to pay for.
I do too, but for like different reasons and stuff like that.
We used to do this thing called pumpkin chunking.
Pumpkin chunking.
Bro.
Oh, he's explained it. Please explain it
I'll
again.
explain again. I'm sorry. You have to hear this now, but you go buy a pumpkin.
Not sorry. Go ahead.
So, and up north, they
And then
sell
you would
pumpkins
chunk it.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And we don't.
Chunk it.
Yeah, we fucking. No. so
You would chunk that pumpkin.
It's just a row of underage dudes banging
fucking
pumpkins.
giant pumpkins. No. Sometimes the same
American Pie
pumpkin.
ain't got shit on me.
So,
How you doing, Johnny? Oh, we're doing good.
Yeah, I better not feel your dick in this pumpkin.
It's like, Mark finished first. What a fucking loser.
We're making pie. So we
Well, would you make different holes, or did you share this?
share something.
Oh, okay. That
Practice,
makes
man.
sense.
He was like,
Slap the pumpkin. No, so
That takes
basically,
much time to carve
you pull up to a pumpkin patch late at fucking night, and like the farmer's there. Normally, he sells the pumpkins during the day. You're not gonna pay $20 a pumpkin. Fuck this.
Yeah,
So you
fuck
just
that
pull up
guy.
in the middle of the night, and fucking creep into the pumpkin patch. You find the biggest, heaviest fucker you can find. You rip it off the stem, and you carry it back to the car. Now you have your pumpkin. You have your ammunition.
right.
Now you drive around looking for a target. Sometimes it's a house. Sometimes it's a vehicle. Sometimes it's a vehicle that's fucking moving with people in it. And you just, it works well if the car has a sunroof, but
Right.
whatever. But anyway, you just take the pumpkin and you just fucking hurl it from the moving vehicle. And if you've ever seen a pumpkin strike something at 40 plus miles an hour, it's biblical.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's a well-made thing. It is destroyed. It is
Oh,
no
yeah.
longer there.
It's smashing.
A 30 plus pound pumpkin will destroy anything it hits. It's like a catapult. And I'll never forget, I hit this Dodge Caravan one time. And the pumpkin that I threw it from an Acura Integra. And this fucking pumpkin was so big that we had to set it up. We had to go down the street. I picked the target. Hey, this fucking... I knew... The guy told me, the guy driving the car, Chad, he told me that this guy that lived in this house was a fucking asshole.
Right.
He was a dickhead to his aunt who lived next door. I was like, okay, fine. Is that his Dodge Caravan on the street? I got this one.
Right.
I got this one. So I went out the sunroof of the Integra. We could not get the pumpkin out the sunroof. It was so goddamn big. The pumpkin was so big we could not pass it through the window. We had to stop, go down the street, get out of the car. Two of the guys handed the pumpkin up to me on the roof.
So that's over a 24-inch diameter pumpkin.
This pumpkin
Biggest
was
pumpkin.
50 pounds. It was at least 50 pounds. I carried the pumpkin overhead like this, and I had Chad just speed up. So I'm holding this pumpkin. The wind's hitting me. I got this pumpkin over my fucking head. We fly up over the hill. I see the Dodge Caravan overhand, just like launch this fucking pumpkin. I remember the pumpkin hit as we were passing it, and I just got hit with all this broken glass and fucking pumpkin guts. And I was just like, oh, fuck. And like, I was in the car, I was like, ugh. And like, I was like, am I bleeding? They're like, no, you're good. It was just pumpkin seeds and like fucking glass in my face. I was like, holy shit. And we drove around the block, and I swear to God, it looked like that Dodge Caravan had been in a 70-mile-an-hour collision. Like, the whole back door that folds up was imploded. The back three windows, the back window and the back door, and the two side windows were blown the fuck out. Wow. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, you mean 40 pounds at 40 miles an hour?
Yeah, it'll
That's
do
a lot
some
of
damage.
kinetic force.
It was such a big pumpkin. And like, I remember that's the first moment where I was like, wow. Like, I was like,
Yeah. Oh,
Meanwhile, like the
maybe I should
farmer.
stop doing this.
Meanwhile,
I remember the next day he came out probably for his paper and his like he had like his coffee and his fucking his robe. He probably walked out and went, this
Dude.
pumpkin
will
the
not
size
financially
of a
come back from
fucking
this.
like Labrador retriever just sitting there like
meanwhile, the farmer that's like thinking he's gonna win this year's like fair with like the biggest pumpkin, he's like, no.
my prize pumpkin.
It's like it took me like an entire year to win to grow this
I
pumpkin.
used to go out and give it special feed. What the hell?
I was looking forward to chunking that.
I was gonna throw that at my ex-wife's house.
That was gonna make like pumpkin pie for like 3 homeless people.
Oh,
Bro. Thanks a lot, Ian. Those homeless people are still starving to this day.
Screw
God
that.
bless pumpkin chunkin.
Dude, the funny part, like the drinking thing, it's like I can drink pretty much anything. The only thing that I can't drink is Cafe Patron. Like coffee, tequila, I will black out.
Yeah.
I can be. You could give me a whole bag of mushrooms, and I'll remember the entire night, top to bottom. You could give me. I can chuck down Jägermeister, no problem.
I love Jaeger.
I can't stand it. That made me sick. That's the one I was going to say. Two
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah.
Peach schnapps and Jägermeister.
Now that's cough syrup.
Fucking
Yeah.
love Jägermeister.
It's not the best drink, but I'll definitely like chug it down.
No, it made me so fucking sick. And I was mad, too.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling everybody, I'm like, we're at Disney. Kids are there. I wanted to have a good time with the family in the morning. I'm like, I really don't drink. I plan on getting on the rides in the morning. Like, oh, you're going to like it. No, I don't think it was Jägermeister. What's the cinnamon shit?
Fireball.
Never
That's
again.
what it was. And I'm like, yo, I'm not a heavy drinker, sure.
No,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah, you
drinking
like it.
and rides is a terrible
Yeah, that's
fucking
horrible.
Oh,
That's
bro.
amazing. What
I
are you
was-
talking
I
about?
It's like Taco Bell and Jiu-Jitsu. You just don't
I still do that.
So it made me fucking deathly nauseous. I felt like I'm
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be good tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in the shower chewing gum,
Tell me more.
ice. I'm trying every little thing that I can do to not be fucking nauseous. And then the motherfuckers that gave it to me, I won't say anybody's name, family members. They're out on the patio singing. I'm sick. I'm usually a very nice and tempered person. At this point, I'm like, I'm sick. I finally got to a point where I want to sleep, and y'all motherfuckers are out on the patio singing. I'm like, shut the fuck up! I want to go to sleep. I need to get up in the morning. I was like the dad in the house. Like all of a sudden, like I was just like, you pricks got me sick. I was gonna go on the patio and beat the fuck out of somebody, but my wife is like, please be nice. We're on vacation with the family. I'm like, these motherfuckers gave me this shit.
I will not touch Fireball whiskey. Like anything that has like cinnamon like that. I don't even like the big red chewing gum.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
can't
Fireball, and then there's the other one that has like the crystals in it. I'm trying to think of the name of it.
crystals.
Big red.
No.
Goldschlager?
Flavor crystals?
Goldschlagers with the
Golden
gold.
Schlager,
Goldschlager
yeah.
does have crystals in it. That might be it. That might be it.
That's some tough drink, Golden Schlager.
The Goldschlager.
There's the Flaming Nazi is what? It's Goldschlager and Jaeger together.
I don't know. Ask that guy.
Just the name alone. No, thank you.
Hold on a second. I'm the racist.
Last thing I'm gonna do is go to 2J's and ask for like the flaming.
Can I get a
Nazi.
Flaming Nazi?
Puerto Rican here, all right? I'm in the middle. I'm basically France. We're neutral. We get along with the minorities. We get along with the white people.
No,
we
France.
get along
France no. Switzerland's neutral. France surrendered. They're not neutral.
Okay, all right, so
Their name was Germany until we showed
We
up.
forget that
I'm
like
Switzerland.
France had like an entire year worth of riots because of like Muslim people coming in. Like, did we forget about
Oh,
that?
yeah, but that's more recent. Okay, Switzerland then, shall we? So, yes.
They just hang out in the mountains. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Hitler surrounded them but did not invade them. He was like,
yeah.
a lot of mountains there. Fuck that.
Man, you know a lot about them.
I do.
Historian much?
No. If you ever go to Germany, you ever go to Germany and ask what happened between like 1935 and
I love
nothing.
the fact
They
that
will
you're
not
staying-
even
you're
look at
staying
you.
true to
They're
that
not even gonna
helmet.
acknowledge
What's
it.
that?
I love the fact you're staying true to that helmet.
Dude, I
today,
fucking
bro.
love this thing. So when I do like my Twitch streams, sometimes it's either this, it's the Master Chief helmet, or it's the Darth Vader helmet.
And what's your Twitch channel right now?
Karajitsu. It's Karajitsu. Mostly Kaizo Mario and Back for Blood right now.
Nice.
There you go.
Have you guys played Back for Blood?
I haven't played it yet.
It's supposed to
But-
be like the spiritual successor of Left 4 Dead.
It's
Yeah.
really Left 4 Dead
Okay.
3. It's really what it is.
Yeah, I believe it's best played with a group of people. Is it not?
Yeah, I mean it's fun to play with a group of people. They did a lot of like changes with like from the beta. Like they made it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you play that game on Nightmare mode,
Yeah.
it's-
That was the only issue I heard was if you're playing alone, the AI sometimes is pretty
no,
poor.
not sometimes. The AI is absolute dog shit. Like it's absolute dog
And
shit.
to rely on 3 AI characters that are not helping you is doesn't make the game much
I have
fun.
0 games on my radar other than the next Skyrim. That's the only one I'm looking for.
I am not
Wonderlands.
touching that.
Borderlands.
I take it back.
Yeah.
Tiny Tina's.
Tiny
When's
Tina's
that coming
Wonderland.
out?
God of War Ragnarok.
March.
I haven't played any of the God of Wars, but
I
I'm not
told
really
you to
into-
play God of War.
I still haven't played yet. I played Witcher. That was dope.
Yes.
But I still didn't even complete that. I
You
have
have
to
to
go
complete
back
that.
to it. Because once they put out the anniversary edition for Skyrim, I put everything else on hold, jump back into that.
I'm playing
And
Persona 5
Now
again.
I'm playing.
Which one?
Persona 5.
I've never
I'm a
played it.
Japanese high school kid, fucking just running around.
Yeah, I'm waiting a little
Killing
bit
you.
until the PlayStation is very easily accessible,
Yeah.
or their next VR headset
And they remastered
before I pick up a PlayStation.
Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. They made a legendary edition. So
I do need to beat
hated
that.
that game.
I
Love
do.
it.
I can't get through Mass
Love
Effect
the
1.
game.
It's like repetitive fucking.
It's fantastic.
I cannot stand it. Like I had fun with it where you're like sitting there and you're trying to have like the relationship with the characters. You're trying to bang all the characters.
Dude, you-
After
That's
that,
hilarious.
it's kind of pointless.
dude, I'm exploring the planets. I'm like, this fucking truck drives like shit. Like,
Yeah,
what the
that-
fuck?
The truck driving on the planets is probably the least fun in the game.
Yeah,
it's just getting to the mission
the
and
side
getting out of the
missions.
planet.
The side missions, especially on Mass Effect 1, were essentially the same mission every single time.
Yeah.
So if
They said just go through the story.
yeah,
just
just
power
go
through the
yeah,
just
story.
go
power
through
through the
yeah,
story.
the story's fantastic. The side missions, especially on 1, definitely
Ignore them.
They get
Yeah,
better in 2
they're
and
rough.
3, but the storyline itself, even if you're just in for like an in-depth sci-fi story, going through it is fantastic. The story is really, really good.
Don't ever fucking play Detroit Become Human.
Oh,
Do not play that. I can understand why people like it, but it's the dumbest. You're basically playing like a Hardy Boys book.
Yeah.
Where you can choose your own adventure.
Oh.
And the storyline is so dumb. It is such a stupid game. Like, they did a great job in graphics. And that's about it.
And that's it.
Sounds like Final Fantasy 16. I always call, or Final Fantasy 15. I call it the most beautiful fishing simulator I've ever played.
You are going to play more of a video game playing Final Fantasy than you are this. Because it's literally like, you walk, make a decision. Okay, watch this like cutscene. You walk, watch this, make a decision. Cutscene. It's like, dude, this is so.
Yeah, you're not playing a video game as much as you're watching a video game.
That's like those Tales games,
Kinda like
Tales
Heavy Rain?
from the Borderlands.
Kinda
Tales
like
Yes,
Heavy
it's
Rain.
very much like
Yes,
that.
it's the same. I want to say it's the same one. So it's like Heavy Rain is still like more of a video game than Detroit. Become
Interactive story is more accurate than video game.
You're cutting and pasting, like, or you're choosing the bits and pieces to make a movie. That's all it is.
Gotcha.
That's all it is. Now, if you really want to have fun, that's when you play Red Dead Redemption.
My friend Sarah is
this
still
is-
trying to get me to play
This
that.
is an unpopular opinion, but I do not like Grand Theft Autos or Red Dead Redemption style games.
I just want a new Grand Theft
I don't,
Auto.
I don't know what it is, but I've never played the storylines in those games.
Well, Red
that's
Dead,
why.
Run off on
Red Dead is
tangents,
just,
and I
Red
don't know.
Dead
This
is just Yeehaw Skyrim.
yeah.
No.
Whoa.
Yeehaw
Dude.
Skyrim.
Hold the
Play-
fucking
no.
phone.
Play. So
Skyrim is the greatest game ever created.
No, I killed a year, and I'm not a big fan of stuff like that. I killed an entire year of my life on Skyrim. But I'm telling you, take the time to play the storyline on Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
And really go through it. Here's the problem with Red Dead Redemption. The first like 2 hours of you playing it is very, very, very slow.
Right.
Because you're setting up the storyline. Once you get to your first camp and it opens up, dude, it's so good.
Okay.
Don't even bother playing the multiplayer. Like, there's a ton of stuff going with the multiplayer. But if you play the storyline, it's so fucking good. Because yes, your decisions affect the outcome later on as you go, but it doesn't matter. You're still finishing the story. But they do such a good job. Everything from the graphics to the storytelling to the interaction.
Yeah.
It's so good. And there's tons and tons of little Easter eggs.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys: have you found a Star Wars game that you like to play online? I yet to find
Online
one.
or just in general?
Just a general
Online,
game. I've
no.
yet to find a good.
I
video
haven't
game
played any of
for
their
Star Wars.
online stuff.
Knights
I've
of the Old
tried.
Republic.
I've tried to get into some of them like eagerly, but nothing has
What
held
was
my attention so
What
far.
was the last one that just came out?
I like the one with
Battlefront 2?
No,
Yes,
the,
Battle-
not the
Rogue
Battlefront.
Jedi or something?
The single player one.
the one with the guy that shoots lightning out of his
It's
hands.
like a platformer kind of.
That's the
No,
Knights
not with Star Killer, the other kid.
Bean Killer.
God
Bean
damn it.
Killer.
I'm drawing a
That's
blank
way
on his
back.
name.
Coffee Bean.
Well.
I know what you're talking about. I forget the name of it. And it was
drawing a blank.
It got pretty good
Dark
reviews.
Jedi.
Yeah, even like the ones that they have set up with the VR and the lightsabers and stuff like that. I've tried playing them all, and I haven't found any that I've
Nah,
gotten
Star
into.
Wars is kind of weak in the game department.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I really enjoyed, but it's so far back, is like the X-Wing.
Fallen
Games.
Order. There we go. That was
Fallen Order, yeah.
a great game.
They are putting out another Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes, that should be interesting. I think they're doing a remake. They're doing a remake as well, aren't they? Of one of the old.
It's unanimously.
They're doing a remake of Knights of the Old Republic.
It's unanimously considered the greatest Star Wars game ever made.
Yes.
Well, Knights, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Fallen Order is definitely, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, it's worth playing the game. It was on Game Pass as well, so you just download and play for free.
There's a new Star Wars game coming out too.
There's a
Well, that's
couple
what
that
we're
are
talking
that'll
about.
be coming
Trailer.
out. Yeah, there's a couple.
It still baffles me that like Skyrim can easily be. You could take the bits and pieces and turn it into like a futuristic sci-fi.
Eclipse. Star Wars
game.
Eclipse comes out.
Have you ever seen the Macho Man mod?
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Where they turn the dragons
yeah.
into Macho Man?
Yeah. They breathe
I
fire.
cannot fucking stand how good that is. Just to watch the beginning, like the intro when you're on the cart getting in. You're just getting you're just getting carted in to like the beginning of the story. You're about to get your head cut off, and you hear, "Ooh yeah!" Like, what was that? And then all of a sudden you see a Macho Man dragon come flying in.
Bro, but it's kind of creepy, isn't it? Oh yeah.
Well, they did that. They did the same thing for Left 4 Dead. There's a Macho Man mod for Left 4 Dead. Dude, it's so good. So all the zombies.
Rest in peace, Randy Savage.
All the zombies make Macho Man noises.
That's the biggest things that really held Bethesda afloat is the PC community and the mods that they do for their game.
Yeah.
So the fact that they put out the ability for people to make mods that'll just work for the game is really the biggest thing that they've done to allow their games so much longevity. So the fact that they do that allows for all those mods, and even this new version they just put out is a collection of the mods from the community, just integrated from the beginning into the game.
Can we talk about how Sony now owns Bungie?
It's interesting.
Yeah, but what does Bungie put out?
The only thing Bungie owns,
still Halo?
is
Yeah.
They don't
They have
Halo
they have
anymore.
other stuff, but
Destiny.
Microsoft still owns Halo.
Oh,
no.
they have
The only
Destiny.
thing that Bungie
Okay.
currently owns is Destiny. And
That's a huge game.
Yes, but since Destiny is like Minecraft, a multi-platform everywhere game, they've already said they're not going to remove it from Xbox.
Because it makes no sense for them financially
Yeah.
to do so.
And so what they're trying to do is rewrite the narrative of buying a company. So since Microsoft was buying all this stuff, so now what they're saying is, oh, well, we'll leave Destiny, Bungie alone, and wherever they want to put their games is wherever their games will go. Because
Microsoft will leave Elder Scrolls alone?
I don't...
But here's the thing. It's a smart move, right? Because if Sony acquired them,
They
whether
want to be
they're
good.
taking Microsoft money or not, doesn't hurt them.
Yeah. No, see, here's the thing. Every time Sony purchased the company, they immediately removed it from other platforms.
Right.
But since Microsoft did it, all of a sudden Sony is now buying companies and saying, they'll go everywhere. See, we're great for the industry. So what they're attempting to do is make Microsoft look like the bad guy
Change the narrative.
for playing business the way that Sony for the last 20 years has played business.
Listen, it's smart, man. It's a smart business play. You got to do what you got to do. You know?
But listen, Microsoft, they're not going to break
Sony.
any of their contracts. Any of the games that were already going to go to other consoles are going to go to other consoles. But any new IPs, they're going to make individual. And I can't see Sony spending $7 billion and not taking new IPs and making them their own.
So what you're saying is,
They're going to keep up to their contract. So if Destiny 3 was already on the works and it was already going to be multi-plat, then it's going to be multi-plat. But anything beyond that wasn't already in contracts and talks and things like that, just like they did with the Spider-Man where they made it their own.
I understand what you're saying.
everybody being able to play everything.
Yeah, not me. I'm Team Microsoft. Fuck Sony. Take all their games. Bury those motherfuckers alive.
Oh, God.
Except for Nintendo. I like Nintendo. They're nice people.
No, so Microsoft, the problem is Microsoft, what they're really trying to do is they're not trying to really make things cross-platform, right?
Right.
They're cross-platform as far as PC to Xbox, and even that's not working.
No.
Sony is understanding the fact that they are not going to be able to win the console war unless they are making things that are cross-platform where you could be on Xbox and play it, on Sony.
Right.
So that's how you start stealing people little by little by little by little. Like,
It's a smart play.
no, it is what it is. And I can tell you because I've had actually this past week a huge issue with Rare and like Sea of Thieves because of how much they like fuck up their fans. Like Microsoft is fucking over fans. So you could have Game Pass, you could pay your $10-15 a month and play whatever game, but you're not going to be able to play it with everybody.
Right. But here's the thing. You have three styles of play, right? Nintendo is home to the family game and the kid consoles, family fun time, whatever, or you just want to jump into the Mario world in that nostalgia style. Microsoft is like, we're the big bad. We are going to have the best games. And Sony had to pick a lane. And their lane is, we're going to share everything because we can't compete. So I mean, look,
I don't know. It's not so much as they can't compete because at the end of the day, you really have the best games on Sony.
Yeah. Sony is still the second
Final
biggest
Fantasies, the Dragon
monetarily
Quest, the
wise,
Personas,
the second biggest games in the industry. They're still number 2. Even with this big merger that Microsoft is doing, Sony is still number 2. But what Microsoft had to do with the last generation is try to start making things cross-platform. And they really did that a lot with Minecraft. Minecraft, whether you're on the phone, a tablet, a computer, Xbox, whatever, you could all be playing in the same world. Now, granted, that game was built that way before Microsoft acquired it. Right. So all they were doing was upkeeping what they already bought into.
Right.
But it did start making Sony look bad when Nintendo was playing with Xbox and Xbox is playing with PC, and they're trying to merge everything together, and Sony was kind of being a dick, like, no, nobody from us can play with anybody else. So now that Sony is on the back foot with Microsoft buying everything, all of a sudden Sony wants to be, we'll all play together.
Yeah.
Which is just, it's very obvious marketing bullshit. But it is forcing them to have to do something because Microsoft is looking 20, 30 years down the line. They've already talked about no longer having consoles, having it built into the TV or a dongle you plug into your TV or your computer or anywhere you go where as long as you have a connection to the internet, you can play your games.
Right.
And Sony is still playing the game of what's our next console. Nintendo is still doing the same thing. So Microsoft is looking way past that because that's where Google is trying to go and Amazon and Netflix. They're trying to go beyond a console. You have internet, you have games. Microsoft is trying to beat them to the punch because if Xbox doesn't get there or Sony doesn't get there, well, then they're out of business.
Right.
Because if Netflix gets there first or Amazon gets there first, that changes the whole gaming industry. And everybody who just builds a box, they're gone.
So
they're obsolete.
let me ask you, where is Sony located?
Japan.
Okay. The world's largest pumpkin is in Italy. We go to Italy, grab a pumpkin, go to Japan, and chunk the motherfuckers. Eddie, cue the music.
I don't support
Thank you
this.
for joining us.
I don't fucking support
at the
this
Sofa Kingdom Podcast. We'd like to thank all of you.
You got a poop?
For
You see this
coming
shit?
to.
See how hard it is to be a fucking Sony guy in this fucking environment?
I'm with you, man. This is bullshit.
All right, let me try this again. Thank you for joining us at the Sofa Kingdom Podcast, where you can find all of us at our social media platforms on.
Sofa Kingdom OFC.
And you can also find us in 4K, where you can see his ugly mug
Sofa
on
Kingdom
YouTube.
Podcast.
Ian, take it away.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tune in for all this bullshit that we get to deal with and everything. And also, I'd like to thank our special guest, Alexis. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for bringing the brews. Make sure to check him out on Jujitsu Radio and check out the shit he does because he puts out good content all the
Hell
time.
yeah, tell them where they can find you.
Pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Amazon, you name it. We're there. YouTube, and now on TikTok.
And as for
Nice.
beer wars, brew wars, you definitely won. You brought some shit.
Yeah, you
you
did.
brought
Yeah.
the fire today.
Oh, this was a light day.
Listen,
gentlemen.
next time I'm gonna have,
You brought whiskey to a gunfight.
I'm gonna have to step my game up.
Look, Sony's not going anywhere. They've been around forever. They're not going anywhere. They're
Fucking
not,
hope not, man.
they're not giving up
You're
without a
late
fight.
for that sponsorship, buddy.
Oh, no, listen, I said it before. I buy both consoles. Every generation I buy both consoles.
I wish I had money
I,
like you.
I don't pick a single. I just pick one in the beginning.
No.
3,
I'll
4
never
years
buy
down
an
the
Xbox.
line, I pick
Never.
up the other
Buy
guy.
PlayStation.
I play all the old games on the cheap.
True, true.
It's the way to go.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy to come out.
Shout out to Pokemon.
That's right.
Yeah, they dropped a new one. Haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I heard good
Big.
things. I heard really good fucking things.
Pokemon.
Love you guys.
Pokemon Arceus, I heard really good things.
I haven't played any of the Pokemon games, but I can't say that I heard anything bad about them.
Yeah, Sword and
Everybody
Shield.
that
Sword and
plays
Shield were
loves them.
supposed to be good too for
Pokemon.
You can't go wrong with Pokemon. It's a formula that's tried.
But that's when it
and true.
comes to like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and stuff like that. I'd rather play the card games. I was always into the card games.